you for picking up the Sticks. This is episode 110, Sticks Gaming Podcast. I'm Mike Carnett. To my right, Mike Steak Carnia.
What's going on?
To my left, Art. I don't have a pink phone, Rosian.
I don't.
I don't have a pink phone either.
It's black.
Supposedly I do.
It's black as night and my soul.
It's fine.
It's either bronze, pink, peach, burnt sienna, or clay pot is what we've come down to. We're not sure exactly what the hell color it is.
Actually,
But honestly, every single time I look at it, I'm like, I'm going
angles.
away.
color's
I'm
the
going
dress?
away from pink.
what color's the dress?
You hear Laurel or the other? What's the Laurel? What is the one?
It was Laurel or God, what was the other one? Shit, I can't even think of it.
Listen, all I know is it's going to fit great in your purse.
Yanni.
Yeah, yes.
Laurel or Yanni? That's it.
Thank you. Yeah, that's why it's like Laurel. You couldn't tell the difference. It was just
No.
nonsense. All right, so we have a lot on top of this phone nonsense. We have a lot going on today. So a ton of news happened between last time we talked and now. I hold in my hands our brackets for best game of this generation. We'll get into that a little bit more specifically later. I don't even know how we're gonna do this because first of all I did misspeak last time. There's 68 teams, 68 games in this thing.
All right.
Because I said it was 72 last time, but
Okay.
that would be considering me having two different teams for playing game,
All right.
and then a 16 seed still in there. So I'm the idiot. So 68 games we have in this list. It's a perfect bracket, and perfect in every way.
I have a feeling some of these will go quicker than others.
Oh,
Let's put it that way.
yeah.
Let's put it that way.
Especially some of the first round.
I was saying, in the first round, do we even need discussion on some of these?
Some of these, no, absolutely not. Some of them definitely are, though. We'll get into that at that point. But we need to let's just jump into this thing. Because like I said, I feel like this is going to be a long one. So pack a lunch.
Get ready, people.
Steak, which plane?
All right. I'll try to make this quick. So some more
You make it quick, all right? I don't want to hear all this stuff you're playing.
Why didn't you show up, man? What the fuck? Not going to let me talk. I could be in bed right now. I could be in bed.
Going through some more Fairy Tale, about 11 hours into that, and super enjoying that still. And I have been using my Switch adapter you gifted us last time.
The Fixture S1,
Yeah.
formerly known as the Switch Fix.
It is fantastic.
They couldn't say Switch anymore?
Huh?
They couldn't say Switch anymore?
I don't know if it was that or the name Switch Fix was. I don't know. They never gave a reason. It's like we're rebranding.
So yeah, it's one of those things where you slide the Switch into, and then you connect it to your Pro controller. So you use your Pro controller, and so that's all. That's how
It is awesome.
Nice.
It's awesome.
When I still have my Switch, I loved it, but I don't have a Switch, so I gave them to these two to use.
I
Steak
appreciate
used
it.
his. Mike doesn't know if he'll ever get to play a Switch again. So
Buying Animal Crossing was the death of my Switch. That's the last time I played it.
trade it in.
No. Someone in my house is playing it.
No, not the Switch.
Me.
The game.
I bought it digitally.
COVID,
man.
All right, and here is the case against buying digital.
You can't get your system back.
Yeah, delete it.
That's right.
Oh, well.
Then know your password.
No.
Just delete it.
You would have no idea what to do if I deleted it.
It's Bosco.
Bosco.
Awesome.
The code.
So I've also been probably played like another 5 to 6 hours of Ghost of Tsushima, and I have done one main story.
Oh, my goodness.
Quest, because I have Assassin's Creed syndrome, where I see everything on the map, and I got to go do all that before I continue the story. And then but then one of the things I went to go do, I was like, oh, well, the main story's right there. I might as well.
I accidentally started the mission.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it kind of did. It was like it was the girl at the beginning, Yuna.
Yeah.
It was her first one.
Okay.
And so I could hear Yuna in the background, like it showed and everything. I was like, oh, you're right there. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
I guess I'll finally do
I'm
a
already
story
here.
quest. So it's I'm super enjoying the game, but that is also. I'm very worried that I'm never going to get through this game because that is my Assassin's Creed syndrome.
Well, it's either like where I usually. So Far Cry always does this. I'm here. Ultimately, I want to get to there. There's like 6 side missions on the way over there. I'm just gonna go boop 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 all the way there,
Right.
and I go boop boop boop, and that takes me all the way over here, and then back here.
Oh, there's a few more over here.
And,
now.
and then I'm over here, so I might as well do these 3, and then I have to go there and other 6 more, and eventually I always get to a point where I'm just like, okay, enough with the bullshit. I'm just doing story missions straight through.
Yeah.
So, I've been playing a while too, and I'm living your fear right now. So I have.
This is my nightmare.
It's the game. I looked it up. It's 3 acts. So I have finished the first act. I'm in the second act.
Okay.
But before I would carry, you can. There's like it's the full island. You keep
It's
going
a
north.
Three Parts of the map are the 3X? Got it.
Correct.
Okay.
So before I would really, I started like really the second act like for real. I was just like, man, I got like 18 of the 24 things like like checked off the
Right.
list. Like I'll just get them all checked off the list. Like 6 hours later.
Exactly.
And now
Right.
I finally the bottom end of Tsushima is now gray, not red anymore. So,
Nice.
But now I'm just like, I'm a little bit worried. I've seen all the game has to offer outside of the visuals.
Right.
I mean, because even though in the second section the visuals have changed, and they're
Okay.
still just unbelievably gorgeous, and it's just differently gorgeous. Like it's constantly surprising me and putting me like just at awe of how great the game.
Oh,
looks.
absolutely.
I have paused and
Yeah,
snapped pictures and like
Oh, yeah.
the whole deal. I got a whole bunch of. I should probably post them. I got a couple good ones, but I'm a little worried that like the traversal on the horse is not super fun. Like you find one of the 4 or 5 things you can find. You find a fox den. You find like one of the. You find a collectible. You find these bandits or Mongols to
Yellow
fight.
birds.
Yellow birds, and it's like, but there's only like 5 or 6 different things to do. There's no like any kind of like different occurrence yet.
Right.
I don't know if that's gonna be like that the whole game.
I think so.
I think so, too.
Yeah, because I'm already feeling it. I'm only not even nearly that far.
Yeah,
I'm
and-
kind of like, all right, I'm doing everything, the same stuff.
And being on the horse is literally just it's a vehicle to get me a little bit further on. I never fight on it. I never. I get the running kind of is funky on it too. Like I don't know what it is about it. It's just not
much faster than you running either.
No, I don't. And it's like, and it's just like the time I waste getting on and off it
Yeah.
is like the distance I would have traveled going faster than wherever I was before.
Right.
And the second I get to where I'm going, I get off the horse. So like, what? And if I come across like bandits, I face off, which means I get off the horse. So I'm just like constantly. I don't know. It's like there's some things I'm not. That I'm a little. I don't want to say I'm worried about it because the game is really, really good.
Oh, yeah.
I still really, really like it. The story isn't driving me that much, and it's not telling me the story I thought it was telling me. Like not quite as crazy as Last of Us, but like I really thought the game was going to be like I am building up an army to take on that Mongol leader.
Right.
And that's not really what's happening
Yeah.
in the second act.
Okay.
So like I was just like, okay, well my driving force is like completely different now. So I don't know if it's really driving me, and that's why I cleaned. I was like, I don't really want to do that. So that's why I cleaned up that first section of the island.
Right.
I'm gonna give it a couple more spins and see if it's like, okay, maybe something did come up, or maybe something is new or different. But if I get the second part of the island is just dotted with stuff already, because
Okay.
like as I was traveling around that first section of the island, it was giving me like, oh, the Mongols have invaded this farm in this area. So like all those little red dots are
got
all
it.
over the second
Got
part
it.
of the island.
Okay.
But like if its next trick is like it just gets harder. Like that's not. I mean that's not really doing anything that's gonna keep me in the game.
Right.
But I'm not writing it off yet. I do want to give it more of a whirl. But there I said those moments though. I'm just like, God, this is. And then you also have those moments where like I am kicking this whole town's ass, and I feel awesome, and it's beautiful while I'm doing it. I'm beautifully kicking their asses. So like I'm loving that piece of it though.
Yeah, I just unlocked the where you can do a third.
Oh yeah.
From the standoff, a third person, and like that has like totally changed everything.
100%.
Yeah, it's pretty great. But yeah, so I'm enjoying it. But like I said, we'll see. I'm just afraid I'm never gonna get through it. So like you said, I mean, usually I do get to that point where I'm like, okay, today
Enough's
is story day. Like
Yellow missions only.
Yellow missions only. Exactly. Nothing else. I don't care about anything else right now. Other than that, I finally tried xCloud.
Okay, cool.
So and neat thing about that, at least is so like with the beta games that are in there. I didn't know this. You didn't have to own them. You could still play them. Mm-hmm. So like Madden 20 was in there. So I was able to just load up Madden, like Tales of Vesperia, World of Final Fantasy, stuff like that. Like that games I don't own, but I was able to just jump right in and start playing.
Those aren't Game Pass games either.
And they're not. No, some of them are not. Yeah, there's a majority of them are Game Pass games, but yeah, there are some stuff on there at least. I don't know if they're going to stay on there, or if this is just because of the beta currently.
I think it's just because of the beta. 'Cause
Yeah.
Back in the day when they first launched it, I had the beta on my iPad, and I think Madden was one of the games I tried out just because I was familiar with the controls.
Sure.
I could just jump in and go, and that was in there back then too. And I don't own that on Xbox, and it wasn't in Game Pass, and my EA access had lapsed by then. And
I couldn't even imagine playing Madden on Xbox.
it feels very different.
I would just have to run. I couldn't throw anything.
that's right.
Like
Yeah.
I've been playing Madden on PlayStation forever.
Well, since for me, I mean I switched over with the 360 because the 360 was my dominant system at that generation. So that's when I switched over and Madden over there. I played on Xbox since then. But I was super impressed. Like it ran fantastic. I had basically zero lag. It felt like it felt near as the latency was very low. I felt like too. Like I was very impressed. Because then at the same time, because I was like, well, let me compare this because I haven't run remote play in forever. Let me try remote playing something. God, is that awful? It does not work anymore.
I said when I played Kentucky Route Zero, it was fine. Couldn't imagine, but that game moves so slow. I don't know if I would have even noticed any kind of slowdown in that game.
Yeah.
Like, to be completely honest with you. I mean, the game, it ran fine as far as I could tell. I didn't get a little icon in the upper corner.
Oh, the icon was constantly there. Like, I even checked my speeds and everything.
Yeah.
Everything's working great. Like, everything else was working great. And then I would jump back to xCloud, and xCloud's working amazingly. So I was like, all right, like that's a bummer. Because then the last thing I was playing was the Avengers beta. Briefly I was just like, let me just jump on here really quick because I know what it looked, because I played it on the TV for a little while, but I know what it looks like and everything, but I want to see what's like. I just want to, the kid was watching something, so I was like, I just want to see what's more in here. Like, I'm just curious what else there is to do in this game. And so I was like, I'll just remote play into it and just check it out. I'm like, well, so much for that. Like, I couldn't. It was stuttering like this, and the symbol kept showing. I was like, all right, well, forget it. But it's neat. It's cool. It looks a lot better than I thought it would. Just from like the first initial trailers. I mean, the character models are still kind of weird, but like the game itself looks really great. The action sequences are pretty awesome. Some of the characters are better to play as others. Iron Man, I thought, was absolutely terrible. I felt like you felt like you were in the metal suit, like you were slow and sluggish the whole time. Like I just felt like it was a pain to be Iron Man. and then you have the Hulk, where you're slow, but I felt like I could just destroy everything. Like, so that was cool. Okay. Black Widow was actually my favorite, surprisingly. But she just the super agile, the just everything about her worked really, really well. And it's cool because like your first time you get to play as her is a boss battle with Taskmaster. Okay. So basically that first area that they showed off, the first time they showed off Avengers. So you're going through each of the characters on the bridge. And then eventually you get to a part where you play as Bruce and Ms. Marvel. And she's actually pretty great too. And Thor, you just feel like, Thor. It's pretty neat. So we'll see. It definitely has the Destiny to it, though. Like that's what I'm worried about. I have a feeling the single player campaign is gonna be great, but then it's gonna be like, okay, first of all, how long is that single player campaign, and then what else is there after that? And like, if it's just like raids and stuff like that, it's just like, I don't care.
Yeah, I can do that unless you get a bunch of people.
Right, and I just don't care. So I don't know. We'll see, but. I did enjoy at least because I was playing just the single player stuff, so I was enjoying my time playing through that stuff.
So, did you check it out too?
No.
Okay.
I got as far as punching about 3 guys with Thor, and then something happened. I got pulled away from my TV.
How was those 3 punches?
They're fine.
Standard punch.
Not. I said it sounded like they were the best or worst punches I've ever thrown in the game. So.
Yeah, fair enough. I feel that's how the whole game's gonna be. Not the best. The worst.
I agree.
Your 3-punch review is perfect.
Yeah.
It's a game.
Yeah.
The like you said, Iron Man felt slow and sluggish. Like, did all the characters feel like noticeably different playing as them?
Yes. Yeah, they totally did. Every character felt like I was playing as a different character, which was nice.
Yeah. Well, the reason I'm asking is because, like you mentioned, Destiny, like all of the classes feel different. So I imagine that's probably what they're trying to do with, all the heroes in the game. Like, my question is, like, I imagine, like, you pick a hero and you play when the game actually comes out, because it's not going to be a single-player campaign. You're not going to be switching between them all on the bridge as you go.
Well, I think it depends. Yeah, because that's the part I'm curious. I didn't get that deep into the beta to find.
What I'm wondering about is, like, if you get it and the main guy you play as Hulk, the main guy I play as Hulk, can we play in the same game together? Can you run around with, like, 6 Hulks?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Yeah, Green Hulk, Red Hulk.
Gray Hulk. That would be awesome.
That'd be great.
Copper Hulk. Or
That would be
Hulk.
All right.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Art. What's
Yo.
playing?
Rainbow Six.
Yeah.
Um,
don't make fun of me. I don't play six.
done.
Yeah, I'm done. Go ahead. Fucking dick.
Let's see. I played the first 30 minutes of Last of Us Part 2 again.
Hey.
All
And I
right.
pulled away.
Oh, no.
I did it I did the first half hour or 45 minutes whatever the first time.
Yeah.
I don't think I got all the way through the tutorial section at the beginning. And I'm like, so I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna start from scratch again because I forgot all the buttons because it was 2 weeks prior, and the same goddamn thing happened. So I'm not sure I have to do that same half hour again at some point here.
Delete Fall Guys.
Play a little bit of that.
Do not. Well, all right. Go
Who's
ahead.
ever going to get through this?
I played a little bit of that. No, if you want me to get through games, you need me to delete Rainbow Six.
That's true. That is true.
That's where the problem comes in. There is I don't know if it's 3 weeks or a month. They're going to do a new season of Rainbow Six. So I think at some point here in these next 3 weeks, I'm just going to take a week off that game
There you go.
because I've already played enough this season that it doesn't matter much when I win or lose a game.
Is that where they're bringing Sam Fisher in?
Yes.
Nice.
But the thing is, if I do that for a week, I need to figure out what game do I want to play for a week.
You should play God of War because you haven't played that yet.
I'll say
Oh my God, you are so behind.
I have God of War. I have Last of Us Part 2. I have
Oh, man. What do you play?
Well,
Control. I have.
Oh, my God, what do you play?
Which at that point, I'm pretty much have to start over again because.
or maybe you should just wait.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll get into that.
We'll talk about that later.
Well, I say I mean, obviously there's other good. All those are great games. I mean, in terms of thinking about Game of the Year purposes later in the year.
Yeah,
The Last of Us 2 is probably a good idea because the other ones,
We're going to be
already
talking
out
that
of
one.
this.
I mean, it's
Yeah, we'll be talking about that one.
Yeah.
It's still Fall Guys.
So tell me about your after initial launch Fall Guys.
Let's see. I tried playing one day, and tornado warnings rolled through my area and knocked my power out.
Yes,
It didn't knock my power out. It flickered it just enough to fuck me up 3 times.
of course.
So I was running through. I was on the third round of a game. The power flickered and everything turned off and back on real quick. I started up another one. It flickered again. I'm like, you know what? It's not meant to be. I just shouldn't be here. I've tried a couple more times since then. It's a game.
I have significantly slowed down my amount of play. I keep running into these weird issues. I was telling you guys about one where we're all good over there.
Yeah, you're fine.
I
Go
don't-
ahead.
I
I'm
don't
just
like when he touches the computer.
Yeah.
no, it's okay. I'm just
I'm assuming something's wrong.
I'm just messing with volumes.
Okay.
You're fine.
So I told you guys about the one where I won the game and the servers dropped
Right.
and I didn't get my credit.
Yep.
But the next day I did. It was
All
there. The
right.
XP was
Well,
there,
that's
so I
good.
got
Well,
I got
that's
the one. Then earlier today I was playing, and it was the last game was Royal Fumble, which is I have 7 wins. All right, I now have 7 wins, not a single one in Royal Fumble. I don't know if I've successfully grabbed a tail in that thing. I despise that game. But I was in the finals. I was in playing Royal Fumble, and all of a sudden there was 5 of us in the map, and then there was 4 of us in the map, and the guy who was gone had the tail. I don't know where he went. He was just not on the map.
He was hiding real good is what he was doing.
Yeah.
There's no way. There's no way. It was
He was so hiding.
I was checking nooks and crannies. Maybe he's found something or whatever it was, and he ended up giving him the win.
Oh, that's
I
garbage.
think it was him.
Yeah, because you guys didn't take the tail.
Because he was nowhere. He was gone. He was gone.
That's interesting if that's a repeatable glitch.
Right. I don't know if it's like one of the old Call of Duty World at War, glitching into the wall type of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, if it is, that's awful. So, whoever has a tail just, humps a wall and they become part of it.
Oh, on PC, they're having a cheating problem already.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
They've been, I guess they did some server back-end stuff so you can see if people are flying around and stuff.
Oh,
So,
okay.
So they'll know, they know a lot more on that, but... Yeah, I got the trophy for 7 wins. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to see if I can platinum this thing. Let me look at the trophy list.
Yeah, you get those 5 wins in a row, bud.
5 wins in a row. Are you out of your goddamn mind? There's way too much random. There's way too random to make that happen. I can't even fathom doing that.
I was thinking, especially if you get more of those team battles. And
Oh
stuff too,
my
then you're
God.
really screwed.
The team games are it's awful because it's even if you are playing with 3 friends, there's like 8 people on a team.
Right.
What are the 4 other morons doing?
I did win a game of fall ball, which is a soccer game. I did win a game 8-1 earlier, and that was just like by the last 3 goals because the other team completely quit. There was no one else opposing us. Like a football fell too. Have you had that happen where you're playing that game and it's not just soccer balls? Like a football would just come down and you're playing with a football instead.
Yes.
It's good times. I think I figured out
Because a football doesn't roll like a soccer.
No, it's just like the first one I have like, what's going on? This game's so broken. I think I kind of figured out one of the main reasons I think this game is super successful is because it's the only battle royale type game I can think of where you have like intermittent winning along the way. Because you qualify or you win. Like when you're playing, PUBG, Fortnite, everything else is like you either win the whole thing or you lose the whole thing. Like there's no like kind of like small incremental winning as you go along.
I mean, in those games, it's kind of a win if you're not running from the circle the whole game.
I guess. The only one I think of was like in Warzone when you make it out of the gulag. That's the only one I can think of where you have some kind of small win in the path of the game. But like it's just nice to kind of like have those little intermittent wins as you go and you try to get to that last one. I have played a ton. I think I'm in almost the 30s now of the rankings. So like I almost want to get to 40 just to say I finished it at this point.
Done it. I beat Fall Guys.
Right. So like, but I know. They added 1 level since the game came out, so I might.
Oh, that's right.
I might wait for them to kind of get a little more.
I think
going.
they added one and they take one out. They took one out of the rotation for the final level. I don't know which one it was, but apparently everyone hated it.
It wasn't Royal Fumble, which is the worst. Well, they had the one with like the spinning wheel with the wedges fall down. The one you were telling me about last time. Like that wasn't in the actual game until like a week after the game came out.
Oh, okay.
I think it was in the beta, and then it came out later on. I've only gotten that one once, and I was out almost immediately.
Oh.
Hexagon's my game. If I get Hexagon, I have like a 75% chance of winning. I think I got that one down.
Are you a jumper?
No, I'm not. The key I think to Hexagon is knowing when you're gonna fall and falling in a place where you can land. Yeah. So it's not just like it's really kind of.
So you're not falling 3 levels down.
Exactly. So like plan your fall accordingly.
Plan your failure.
Plan your small incremental failure to 1 level down, and then like move slowly and try and. Number 2 is be aware of the other people on the same level and just try to cut them off. Like you're just trying to get them to a place where they can't get.
I was saying whenever I see the jumpers, those are the ones I try to cut off. Yeah. I try to cut them off, and then do a circle around them and just go away.
Have you played Fall Guys?
I have not played it all.
I think we have a web series in our hands where I want to coach you to a victory. I want to see you play and see if I can coach you to a victory because I think I've played enough, and I think I'd have enough tips and tricks to do that. So
we will find a night. We will do this.
All right. What's the plan?
Other thing I played. So have EA access. So I downloaded UFC 4.
Oh yeah, so
I played it for I don't know, like 8 of the 10 hours.
Yeah.
The last UFC game I played was UFC 2. It's pretty much the same game.
That's what I hear.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing. Like in the commercials, they show stuff with like backyard fighting. That's not actually in the career mode. It's like you go do a quick match and you fight in the backyard instead of a ring.
They also have like a kumite.
Yeah,
they have
a kumite, which I haven't looked into that. I'm guessing it's just a different arena to play in.
Yeah, I saw like a trailer and Tyson Fury's in the kumite. I'm like, what the hell? He's a boxer. That's a kumite. This is UFC. What the hell's going on?
All fighting styles are welcome in the kumite.
Fair enough. You are correct. I have much blood sport in a month.
Does that mean that
can you only break the bottom brick?
is that kid what's his name from Facebook on there that wears the ICP shirts and he always does the body slams into like the barbed wire and stuff? You know who I'm talking about, don't you?
God.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I do know what you're talking about. he stands up, he like mumbles something, and then he throws himself.
Shit! And then he always slams himself like through a table, through barbed wire. He's insane. It's hilarious.
Exactly who you're talking
and
about.
he always is wearing an ICP shirt.
Yeah.
Let me tell you
until he takes it off.
Until he always takes it off before he does what he's about to do. Then he says, "Fuck this shit."
Let me tell you how glad I am that I stay as far away from Facebook as I can.
Oh my God.
It's hilarious. Videos are hilarious.
Every time I go on Facebook, I'm there for like 30 seconds. I'm like, nope, we're just going to close the store again, and I'm going somewhere else.
I'm going to go lurk on Twitter instead.
I don't know. It's not much better
it's
lately.
pretty much the same as UFC 2. They changed the grappling a little bit. Not much. It's still... They don't give you enough of a tutorial to really get it. I mean, I think I've just finally figured out, like, transitioning on the ground and stuff, like earlier today, after 8 hours of gameplay.
Well,
and like 20 fights.
Jesus.
Let's see. I just won the middleweight championship.
Congratulations.
In career mode, they let you turn down fights. So I've just been ducking wrestlers and jiu-jitsu guys and turning it into a kickboxing game.
All right.
Even as champion, they let you choose not to fight people.
I
So
worked for Lennox Lewis back in the day. That's a very old boxing reference for everyone. Ducking both Klitschko's, both of them, just to kind of keep you in the loop.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else worth mentioning in the. Not really.
I was
CM Punk's in that game. They made him way better than he should be.
Yeah.
It was actually a challenge to win my fight against him.
When does Madden comes out this week, right?
Yes, it's coming up
When's the
next
EA
week.
Access? When's the EA Access like?
Usually a week ahead.
Yeah.
So probably this Friday. It comes out next Friday.
Next Friday.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought-
Well, the deluxe edition.
I say the
it's
whatever
Tuesday.
MVP edition will probably
Deluxe
come out.
and MVP get it Tuesday.
Well, good for them.
Yeah.
So if you want to drop $90 on a game to get it early,
No, and I've also read that franchise mode is basically the same. They said,
That's-
we're gonna improve
It
the
sounds like
franchise
this
mode, but-
whole game is 20 all over again.
so
Pretty
when
much.
Basically, I re-upped EA access to, and I'm like, okay, I want to try out UFC. 10 hours will probably be about good for my time in that game. And then Madden's coming out, and I want to see if that's going to be worth purchasing. Plus, they have their whole backlog. I downloaded NHL 20, which I'm sure mess around in at some point.
That's the same thing I did. I got EA access so I can play Madden again because I traded it in. So it's like I wanted to play some more Madden, and I played a bunch of NHL.
Yeah, and that's like, yeah, they have the sports games on there, and they have some of the old non-sports games.
Battlefield, Battlefront.
Xbox has more because they have backwards compatibility.
Correct.
Yep.
Including all the Dead Spaces.
Yeah.
But that's all I played.
I've already talked about all the things I played. Ghost of
Oh,
Tsushima. And,
Perfect.
And
God,
that's
why
it.
don't you play some games? Jeez.
All right. Steak, what's going on next couple weeks?
All right. We're starting to rack up. We're getting some games finally.
No.
Well,
Someone's got to fill this void.
there we go. All
in my
right.
Soul.
August 21st, new Super Lucky's Tale for PS4 and Xbox One. That is the one that they put on Switch. That's kind of a reimagined version of the game they put on Xbox One 3 years
I
ago.
was going to say, the reimagining of the game that came out
yeah.
only a
The
couple years ago.
reimagining of the reimagining?
Yeah. Also on August 21st, PGA Tour 2K21 for PC, Switch, PS4, Xbox One, and Stadia.
I need to find some reviews about that.
I agree. It's been a long time since I
It
played a
looked
golf
good.
game.
It looks really
And it's
good.
a new. I was like,
And
2K is
they have
new.
like you have a course creator and everything too in there. Not the Switch version though, but it's
They announced
cool.
today they are putting the course creator in the Switch version.
Are they adding it later? Oh, okay. I thought I saw that it wasn't going to be there. I don't know.
Vet it.
Yeah, take a look. Also on August 21st, Samurai Jack Battle
yeah.
Through Time for PC, Switch, PS4, and Xbox One.
Don't forget to record Samurai Jack.
That's right. On August 27th, Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Remastered Edition is coming out for Switch, PS4, iOS, and Android. On August 27th, Tell Me Why Chapter 1
There
for
we go.
PC and Xbox One.
I didn't know that was an Xbox exclusive.
Yeah.
I did not know. I was unaware of that.
And then on August 28th, like we said, Madden 21, PC, PS4, and Xbox One. Also on the 28th, Project Cars 3 for PC, PS4, and Xbox One. Also on the 28th, Wasteland 3, PC, Xbox One, and then my listing said PS4. I thought that was an Xbox exclusive though, but I wonder if that's I wonder if that was already in production when they bought an
One of those like,
Exile.
Outer Worlds type of
Yeah,
deal.
because like like Psychonauts 2 is going to be on both because they bought
Right.
that before.
That's
Like I don't know.
That's what you're gonna do with your new first-party studios. You want to buy them right when they're in the middle of a project that's coming out of
Yeah.
systems.
Well,
That's
I mean, they get the money though.
that's true. They
technically.
will. They are. You're correct. They're
Yeah.
gonna get some of that as well. What do you got, Art?
Course creator will be available. It'll be a downloadable patch at launch.
Okay, good. Oh, that's good. And then then also September 3rd, Tell Me Why Chapter 2 for
That's great.
PC and Xbox One. So we are getting them quickly.
The first 3 chapters are coming out week to week to week to week.
Yeah.
Right? So
and
like,
then I think even Chapter 4 was like 2 weeks after that or
Awesome.
something. I think.
So
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's gonna be the standard 5 because
I'm
those
assuming.
almost all are.
Yeah.
They're like that.
Yeah. See,
Okay.
if you're telling me that you're going to give me a new episode every week or even every 2 weeks, I'll play it that.
Yeah,
I won't
totally.
wait. I mean, I won't wait till the end. I will actually play it that way because it's like, all right, cool. Break from what I'm playing. Play this really quick, and then move on. Let's see. A whole bunch of stuff has been or is being added to Xbox Game Pass on August 18th. Flight Simulator for PC, which is supposed to be just insane.
One of the highest rated games of the year.
Yes.
I think I read somewhere that like even like a top end PC with today's components can't run that at peak performance, like
Yeah.
the maxed out
Yeah.
performance.
And it's going to be on the Series X in November, so I'm really curious.
I'm speaking from pure ignorance here. Where is the game in that game? Is it just you?
It's not. It's a simulator.
Okay, but
Yeah.
I mean, when I'm playing Farming Simulator, I have a point of farming things. So am I literally just flying
Yeah.
and landing?
I believe so.
Okay.
I honestly believe that's all it is. Like you could just fly wherever you want, and then but I think it's one of those things where like you do have to keep track of like your fuel, and like because it's a simulator. So like you can't just go from like Chicago to like China.
Okay.
Like
So yeah, so I'm
you gotta make a quick stop in LA and then
Okay.
fuel up. And I believe
it's just like it feels like I don't know, like it's just
I mean,
it's like it's like a really awesome app. You know what I mean? Like
well, not only that, like on the high end, they have like cockpit sets that you hook up to your computer, and it's like you're flying a flipping plane. If you have
Right.
that set, and you have like a good sound set,
4 monitors.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
if you
absolutely.
have, like curved monitors all
Yeah.
in front of you.
Absolutely.
So if you
People get into
I would say
super get into
for
this
people
too.
who really
yeah.
nerd out about it and get into it. But I think it's also you can fly like different types of planes. You can fly from whatever airport to wherever else.
That's what I'm
and
saying. Like,
the scenery.
am I like leveling and unlocking like different
No, I don't think so.
or is this?
I don't know for sure. but I
I'm
don't
not
think
sure.
So.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
All right.
I don't really.
I'll
think
find out
there's-
Game Pass in November.
It doesn't change anything. I'm just curious. Like, I just
Yeah.
don't know anything about it outside of it being gorgeous.
I don't really think there's like a gamification in it.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just like an experience.
That's just so wild,
Yeah.
so high end to just be like a thing. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's been a thing forever.
I know, but like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's been a thing forever since like
What was the last
Many
one?
moons
though?
ago.
It's been a
I was
while.
gonna say, I can't remember the last
It's been
one.
a while
I know
since
you
they've
said
had
like
one.
you had
though.
like a yearly one. You had like Flight Simulator
For a while, they like at least every few
2002.
years or something. Yeah. Also on August 18th, Spiritfarer for PC and Xbox One. August 20th, Battletoads PC and Xbox One, although that does not have online co-op. Just couch.
Cool.
It's very disappointing.
I remember there was like a big push a few years ago, like couch co-op's going away. That sucks, man. We need to get our couch co-op back. And now everything that comes out with just couch co-op, I'm like, why the fuck isn't there an online multiplayer for this?
Yeah, we didn't want you to get rid of it. We wanted just both.
Like, yeah,
we
like-
wanted both options.
You miss the point here.
It's like the cord cutting thing. Like there's all these different services. Like no, you don't get it. I want one place where I can get all the channels I want.
Right.
That's called cable. No, I
No.
want to just pick 5 channels and just pay for 5.
I want my
channels.
5 ESPNs and
Right.
that's it.
Yeah, I want ESPN, ESPN2, the NFL Network, Boomerang, TBS, and Comedy Central. And I just want to pay for those.
Bring the pirate back out of me. I'm telling you.
Yeah, right. Also on August 20th, Crossing Souls for PC. Also on August 20th, Darksiders Genesis for PC. Also on the 20th, Don't Starve Giant Edition, PC and Xbox One. On the 21st, new Super Lucky Tale, PC and Xbox One. So I'll give it another go. I got all the achievements last time. I'm sure it'll be easy. On the 27th, I'm actually super excited to try this one. I'm glad it's coming on Game Pass. Hypnospace Outlaw.
That looked
PC
cool.
and Xbox One. So we'll talk. Yeah, that was in the Nintendo Indie World.
Mm-hmm.
It's like an old school like 90s internet
Web browser.
browsing,
like-
but you're solving cases
Yeah,
through
yeah.
going
looks
through
really
like
interesting.
AOL back in the day.
Sounds like a Mike game.
I'm down.
Yeah.
I am so down.
So
solving cases in an unusual setting.
I
That's a Mike game.
I downloaded the demo and then I saw this. I was like, well, I deleted the demo off my Switch. I'm like, I'll just grab it on Game Pass
Yeah,
when that
right?
comes out. Then also on the 27th, so Tell Me Why Chapter 1 on PC and Xbox One. On the 28th, Double Kick Heroes, PC and Xbox One. Also on the 28th, West Wasteland 3, PC, Xbox One. On September 1st, Crusader Kings 3 for PC. And on the 3rd, Resident Evil 7 Biohazard for PC and Xbox One.
I'm glad to see them making sure a lot more stuff's included in the PC version.
Yeah.
Because when they first had the Game Pass PC, there was a huge disparity in between what was available on Xbox and what was on PC.
Yeah.
And considering how I don't plan on getting an Xbox. PC is pretty much going to be how I use Game Pass.
And then just a few quick highlights of leaving on August 31st. Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 HD, Metro Last Light Redux, the Jackbox Party Pack 3. Leaving on September 1st, NBA 2K20. And then leaving on September 7th, Red Dead Redemption 2 already.
You might have enough time to finish that game if you start it right now. Maybe.
That's it.
Extra.
It's time for the news.
News.
You guys ready for some uplifting stuff?
Ugh.
Came to the wrong fucking place for you, dude.
It's been a rough week.
2020 has been so great. Let's keep it going.
Happy 2020. News. There we go. So I just have headlines here. I didn't get links
all you need.
because
That's fine. No one reads past the headlines.
we ain't
anyway.
got a lot of time here. Halo Infinite has been delayed to 2021.
Womp, 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 womp.
That's going to be late 2021, too, from what I heard.
Okay. So, they have the reveal, and then 2 weeks later, they delay it.
The reveal that got, at best, a lukewarm reception.
Yeah. So
Pretty much.
I mean, that I think is pretty clearly part of it, right?
Yeah.
But this was, again, like the killer app for their Series X. Like, this is the one, like, AAA game that people wanted to...
First party
type of thing. They wanted, exclusive to Xbox. So 2 years ago, we sat at... I don't think we were here. I think we were out there when we talked about, like, the path to next generation supremacy. And I sat there saying Xbox has the clearest path to next gen supremacy. It was right after E3. They bought all those studios. They got all these new projects. Game Pass is crushing, like it's new but crushing it, and all these things are happening. Like the only thing that Xbox can do at this point, I think, to mess this up even further is possibly delay the console or do some crazy, like, I don't even know, like press conference wise, where it's like I can't even imagine. It has to be so horrendous. I can't.
By the
even
way,
imagine.
you need to pay a yearly license to just use your Xbox.
Yeah, just like you have to buy a special internet from us. That's going to be $400 a month or something stupid.
By the way, we're bundling the Kinect 3.
Like, just like
It's going to cost you
How-
$200 more.
this is like I can't imagine sitting at the table at Microsoft Studios being like, we got to delay the one thing people are excited about for this new console coming out. I can't imagine making that decision.
I give him credit to have the balls to do it.
Agreed.
I will say because of the reception it got, and it's clear that it needs more work. It's not ready. It would have been probably a media, and it's Halo. Like you can't, especially coming from Halo. Like a lot of people did not care for Halo 5. But that's a lot of those reasonings I believe are stupid, to be honest. But after having that kind of reception for Halo 5, this has got to be, you got to have a better reception. So delaying this, I think, is a fantastic choice.
It's a good decision for Halo.
Yes, it's a good decision for Halo.
Totally agree.
Rough for the Series X, obviously, because now basically Flight Simulator is going to be your next gen game, which people are still going to go crazy for, but it's going to be one of those things where people download because they're like, oh my god, this looks amazing, and then the next day they never play it again. It's clearly because it's such a small audience.
And are you going to buy a $500 piece of hardware to play Flight Simulator? Some people will.
Well, right.
Some people will.
'Cause it's cheaper than a PC.
And those people are going to play on PC.
I would say, the people who would be willing to spend that much are upgrading a high-end PC.
They're paying $3,000
and
for
buying
their PCs.
A cockpit setup and
Absolutely.
a headset.
what we
to
just
make
talked about.
Right.
They're probably gonna get some World War II like helmet and goggles to sit in front of the computer.
Yeah, the inflatable co-pilot from Airplane. But like,
I know, like this, like you don't want to do it because Sony is coming out no matter what. But it's almost like Nintendo had success in March with the Switch. Why not just delay it till March? Like
that was
rough,
what was so confusing to me because like they announced the delay, and in the delay they confirmed the November
date, right?
Like what? Like at this point, like you hold all the cards, you hold all the information. All these games, like some of the games are going to come out on this other system, like on the Xbox One,
right?
Like God, I can't remember that, like psychological horror game, and like some of the
Medium. Yeah.
like Medium, and some of the other games. There was another one that looked like the freaking Alien, like H.H. Geiger or whatever the guy that like Scorn. Scorn.
Scorn. Okay.
Everyone's saying like, "Oh, Scorn's gonna be there at launch." Well, we've seen like 2 minutes of a cinematic trailer that made no
it's not.
sense. So like,
I give the Medium a better chance.
let's say those 2 games are gonna come out. Those games are also gonna be playable on the Xbox One family
Right.
of games, right?
Right.
So like at this point, be like, we were really shooting for 2020. But it looks like both our system's not going to launch until 20. Like, blame it on the system. Don't blame it on the game.
Right.
Like, say, like, listen, we can't get enough hardware out to you people in time because of COVID reasons and everything else. Like, we're going to delay it to March 2021. Halo's going to be there day and date. It's still going to be on Game Pass. It's still going to be included with that.
Right.
Like, the messaging could have been completely different as opposed to releasing this box in November. Be excited.
But I think like if they, so let's say they took your approach, like we're just low key, we're gonna push the box till next year and get Halo out at launch. So in that scenario, you're not saying that there's something. Are you saying there's a problem with Halo, and that's another reason why we're delaying? Because if so, then you're gonna get the reaction. Well, why not put it out on Xbox One now and then put have it for Series X when that launches.
And they also talked about possibly like releasing Halo like single player now, multiplayer later type of a thing.
Well, I
like,
think that's going to change now. I think it's all going to be at the same, because I think that was the thing. I think that's what they were going to do, because of like they're like, well, we got to get something. Like I think originally what they were thinking is like, we got to get something out there on the launch of the Series X. But now that they've delayed it, I have a feeling it's going to be the complete package this time.
And it's just like they were talking about delay, like it was going to get ray tracing later on, and like
right.
It was just like the whole thing is just like,
give me the Series X for like that's just give me the Series X.
It's such like an unforced error, being like Halo at launch, Halo at launch, Halo at launch, Halo at launch, and then be like, if you don't know that for sure, like then you put yourself in this state. This is why everyone like so freaks out about like, oh, they didn't give us a release date. That's much better for, I think, all parties involved, because right now, if we know what the release window was supposed to be for Halo, now it got pushed back.
Right.
We knew it was going to be around the same, or it's going to be like the same time as the launch of the Series X.
Right.
But like, if they were just like, if they never really put like a release date on it, like they had they would have never have done that like first party event with the Halo stuff, 2 weeks before delaying it. The whole messaging could have been completely different if they would have just like held that date closer to their chest. Like they could have announced at that event like March 31st,
right.
Halo Infinite,
right,
on Game Pass.
Yep.
Happy birthday to Art. So like, I don't know. Like I just feel like they're just. I don't understand it. Like I just don't understand like why they would put themselves in a position to be like, we look like crap, because they look like crap right now. Something's clearly broken. They released a laundry list of like reasons why. It was just like, oh, COVID. Okay, super understandable.
Yeah, right.
No
problem. That's all you got to say.
And that's literally all they had to say. However, then you talked about, we're having a problem with outsourcing. We outsourced the trailer from last E3 that looked so good. Now it doesn't look that good. And then we outsourced it to them. They said they made that trailer look too good, and that's why everyone was freaking out about the gameplay reveal. I was just like, well, that's stupid. Like, first of all, like, why are you gonna say that?
My god, my work was too good.
Yeah, I was just like,
well, I think Phil is not too. I'm sure Phil is not too happy that they're talking. Like 343 is talking a little more right now, because it's like, dude, guys, shut up. Like,
yeah, they're
like, look, we put out this. We helped you with that statement. The statement's been made. Now shut up and work on the game. I guarantee you, because when that stuff started coming out, I'm thinking this is not from Phil. Like, there's no way. Like, Phil does not like this. That they're talking about this right now.
It was just like this laundry list of excuses, and it was just like you said, just
I don't care what it is.
Go away.
Yeah.
Be quiet.
Go away. Go work on the game.
Make the game. Make it the best you possibly can.
Next time we see it, blow us away.
Have like a have that moment in the sun when it ends up coming out, and Halo fans will love you. Like, there's other things like, Halo fans have gone through a lot of ups and downs. You know what I mean? But they're still loyal to the brand. They're loyal to that series.
Even if they release it in the condition it is right now, with a promise that, hey, a year from now you're gonna get like the Super Series X like patch, Halo fans would not have cared. Actually, they would have just been like, "Fuck."
As long as it's a good game, that's all that really matters.
Exactly. But it's just, I think it's just. But then they saw the reaction from everyone else that are not these giant Halo fans, and that freaked them out.
I don't necessarily agree with that part. That if they just put it out and maybe if it didn't look great, but it was a good game, that nobody would have cared. because they're pushing this is their flagship franchise that they're pushing to show off their brand new top of the line hardware. And if that game comes out and runs like shit, that's going to set a bad tone for that console for a while.
And this is also supposed
Even
to be,
if they do patch it, 2 months down the road.
This is also supposed to be kind of like a spiritual reboot of Halo, right?
Right.
Like this is like the open world. You get some new gadgets, you get the hook, and doing a bunch of different stuff. Like, if you're gonna do that, like I don't know why you just kind of wouldn't go into it. Like, why not fight not on a Halo? You know what I mean? Like, do something different, make it look different.
Right.
So like there isn't that comparison to the old games and be like, wow, this doesn't look that much better than Halo 5 did, because I mean Halo 3, 4, and 5 looks very similar to each other, and so does this one. So it's the same kind of enemies. It's the same, Warthog looks basically the same. So you have a very easy comparison point between the way it looked before and the way they wanted to look now, and it's not like really blowing. It's not feeling next gen. So like there's a lot of just weirdness with this whole franchise right now, on top of it being delayed and everything else.
Which is kind of funny because what you just described is exactly what Sony's doing with Spider-Man.
Yeah.
There you go.
So are you still planning on getting a Series X day one? I know when they at the start, when we started discussing this like a year and a half ago, you were like, if we said you had to pick one day one, you're like, I'm Xbox.
Yeah.
A while ago, I don't remember how long ago, we talked and you were kind of like, I'm not sure. Because if everything's going to be available on the box you already have, why run out and spend $500 right away and, fight the crowd and get upset about shipping delays and all that stuff.
Right.
And
shipping.
I don't think you're not a huge Halo player. I don't.
No, I mean,
Like,
I play it, but I'm not
with
like
Game
these.
Pass, you give it
Oh,
a
absolutely,
shot,
right. I got the Master Chief collection.
the shiny new
right,
game on the shiny new console.
Exactly.
You fire it up.
Oh, that was my goal. I was planning on that day one,
Yeah.
downloading Halo Infinite and playing it on there. Yeah. So
what are your thoughts at this point?
I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know right now
If you don't get the Series X, are you not getting either then, or would you get a PlayStation?
No, I'm still leaning towards a PlayStation, unless they announce like something outrageous in terms of price. if it's more than $600, no, like I just won't for PS5. I can tell you that not right now. I will not. Either system, actually, to be honest with you, even Xbox. If it's more than because that's always been my like everyone's freaking out like on Twitter like because the rumor right now is like Series X is going to be $600, and it's like, and everyone's like freaking out, and I'm like, are you really that like? It's not that to me. That was like what I figured. I figured both of these systems would cost about $600.
I don't think that's outrageous.
So if they're 500, anywhere between 5 and 600, I'm getting one of them day one.
Everyone keeps quoting the PlayStation 3 like $600 was a mistake. Yes, that was what 15
but
years ago.
That's like $850 now.
Yeah.
But if you look back at that, how much that cost though was such a steal. It was such a steal because at the time to get a Blu-ray player was like $1,000.
Right.
So like you were saving $400 and getting a game system out of that. So like people just forget about that. Yeah. That was tough.
I'm getting an inflation calculator.
Plus, it was a lot different price than 360 was just like crazy cheap.
Yeah.
Like from day one.
That 2000.
I was still,
2000.
So I was still living with my parents.
Let's see. So that was let's see, 2006.
I thought it was like 4.
2005. I don't know.
I'll keep going. I'm gonna do that first.
But no. See, I mean, for me, I'm still kind of because I have a feeling Series X is.
Oh my god.
I kind of still do want a Series X just because like some of the games coming out later this year, I know will have like, even though they're third party, are going to have an upgrade.
Yeah.
So,
and you plan on playing those third-party games on Xbox?
And I plan on playing them on Xbox to begin with,
okay.
So it would be kind of nice, like Yakuza. Like I know the Series X version is gonna be ready on the launch day, so it's like, all right, for me, like that's a big deal. Like that is a big deal. I know Cyberpunk's not gonna have like the big update, but they did say that it will be there will be a difference, like on Series X. So it just won't be the big patch, but there is some stuff.
I was saying the thing is though, like like if you want to play those games coming out later in the year on Series X, you're going to have to pre-order because after pre-orders, you're not going to be able to find it anywhere until like February.
Oh, exactly.
The current price if a PlayStation 3 would have launched today with inflation is $725.
Yeah. Yeah. So $600 is
everyone can take
perfect.
their 600 and concerns and
exactly.
Yeah. So 600 would be perfect.
I was thinking like maybe because I do love Game Pass a lot. So I'm thinking like maybe I want to get maybe I'll just buy an Xbox One X. be a little bit cheaper. Maybe, but then it's like, oh, it's only not going to work in a couple of years. Like in terms of like the games come out. All right, then talk about this new Xbox Series S coming out. I can maybe figure that out. It's like, what am I doing? I'm just going to get myself a new computer. I haven't got a new computer in years. Then over the weekend, I was trying to hook up Minecraft, so one of the kids could play with another kid.
Refresh your drivers.
And then all of a sudden, it's just like nothing works. I got to get the server. Oh, I'm playing the wrong version. I'm like, nope, I'm out. I can't even get Minecraft to work. Like a 10-year-old game. I am not. I am so out. So out.
Yeah.
I always said like this is gonna be my first console generation where I'm not gonna do my rule of 5. I always do. It was like there's gonna be 5 games in the system I want to buy before I buy it. And I was like, no, I'm gonna get one of these day one, no doubt about it. I'm not so sure about that anymore. I mean, I also have a feeling if I'm going to stumble across one at some point because I always just I'm
how many
Find a
switches
way.
did you
I
stumble
know,
across?
you
at
find a
launch
way.
and nobody could find
I
it?
found 4 of the Switch Lights on this weekend.
Nice.
It's impossible to find.
Yeah.
So
Did you buy them and sell them on eBay?
no, I'm not. I don't got time for that. So yeah, I don't know. It's bonkers.
Like you said, I mean, that's the thing with Series X. Like to me, it's just like, okay, well, I'm upgrading my Xbox, like because I got Game Pass, and then then the third-party games I plan on buying this fall, I was going to play on Xbox, and I'll have a nicer version of it. So I'm still very probable for Xbox, I would say.
I mean, it's one of those
honestly.
things like knowing knowing you, I know you're going to get it at some point.
Oh
regardless.
yeah, but it's one of those where I'm not feeling as good about it as I was before, just because like it was just nice to have, like, because I just want at least like to say, like I'm the same way with like that flight simulator. I know I will buy that. I will download that day one for my Series X. I'll play it for a day just to see how gorgeous it is.
Yeah.
Realize I have no idea what I'm doing. Keep crashing my plane and then quit. Like I mean, never play it again. Like I know that's what's going to happen, but but it's just like I really wish. But I actually kind of was excited because it's a Halo reboot, so it was one of those things too where I'm like, I don't have to necessarily play all the other ones now. Like, I can just jump into this one.
Right. What else you got?
All right, there's more news. Hang on.
We told you it's gonna be a long one, folks.
Let me find that document here.
Oh my god, we gotta do a bracket here still too.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Deathloop has been delayed. Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe has been delayed.
That both stinks.
I think those are both going to
sad.
spring 2021. They said.
So sad.
Deathloop. When they showed more of it, I don't think I realized it was a PvP game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That kind of takes some of the luster off it for me.
Agreed.
I just love the vibe so much.
Oh, I
it-
agree,
man,
100%.
It looks awesome, but
I wish there
I
was a
know
story.
I'm going to get fucking smoked playing against random people online in there.
I wish there was like a
Maybe-
single player like campaign in there.
I don't know. I'll see.
Xbox Series S that Mike already mentioned has essentially been confirmed.
I leaked it right there.
There were some Xbox One controllers being sold at Microsoft stores that had on the side of the box it included Series S as the compatible
Honestly,
systems.
that's what I'm most excited about. Just like if I have like a lower end lower end one that's gonna play all the new games and allow me to keep my Game Pass going.
See, like I said, I'm not going to buy an Xbox. Depending on the price on that, I might get that.
Exactly. That's kind of where I'm at too. How about some prices?
Oh God,
Prices,
Jesus
dates.
Christ! Don't even get me started.
It's the middle of August. The middle of August.
I'll snap if we really get into it.
Rocksteady has announced a new game. It's Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League.
Man, I was so excited, and I said I text you guys that like, oh no, I think I tweeted you guys that
Tweet
I think you tweeted
that
it.
this like the circle of love and fear that I felt in that whole thing.
I
And it was
know.
like, I'm so excited for the Rocksteady game. Just as I know, I think that's really cool for Suicide Squad. Superman as a target makes no sense. I'm kind of worried it's going to be about Destiny, but I like Rocksteady. It's just like there's so many things
I
happening
know.
here, and who knows? And then WB Montreal is just like, oh, that thing we've been teasing for 2 fucking years. 2 fucking years you've been teasing this.
Saturday.
Saturday,
is
thank
going to be the
God.
day, and
Finally.
it's going to come out in 2 months.
I don't doubt that.
I don't either. It's gonna. Hey, there we go. That's gonna be another Series X game for me.
Court of Owls, baby.
Totes delayed.
If you haven't read that book, go read that book. If you're a Batman fan,
I haven't read
it's
that book.
very, very good.
I don't read books.
I know,
But
it's
yes,
very,
but I
very
agree.
good.
I'm very excited for Suicide Squad, but I'm also very nervous that it's going to be another fucking live service game.
Agreed. I honestly, I want as big of a fan I am of all that stuff going on, the Destiny thing just kills me. I
Me too.
can't.
I hear you.
I have
I hear
I have
you.
no one to play a game like that.
I agree.
That's all I got. That's all you got?
No.
There's more?
Yeah, it's a fun one. Remedy and 505 Games announced Control Ultimate Edition. They also announced then that'll be all the DLC in the main game. They announced that will be the only way to get a current gen version upgraded to the next gen for free. Hey, Mike, how do you feel about this big fuck you towards people like you?
Oh, I don't like it, especially because I bought like the what was it called? That's called the Ultimate Edition.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah, you
digital
would've-
I only
deluxe.
bought the deluxe edition, so apparently that already has literally everything else in that package outside of the upgrade.
Yep.
Now, if you buy the standard version of it, like okay, maybe I can buy that because it's going to be 2 years old by the time it upgrades and things like that. Fine. Like I don't. Again, this is only a thing now because some games are allowing the free upgrade.
Right.
If this was PlayStation 3 to PlayStation 4, no one would bat an eye because that's
Yep.
how it always was.
Yep.
So like I don't really begrudge them that piece of it, but like I don't understand how the deluxe edition isn't included with that when it's literally the same thing minus it's just minus that upgrade piece of it. And oh my god, like is it like I had such a journey with that game where it's like I got to that game breaking bug
right.
where like I had to start it over.
Yep.
And I did.
Did you ever open a support ticket with them for that?
I don't. I mean, I was on Reddit. I was on.
If you did, you should go
I
back.
feel like
and-
I did,
You should go
actually.
back, find the email, find the ticket number, and like open another one and say, "Hey, you guys think I can get a free next gen upgrade for the trouble?"
Yeah.
like if for real. I mean, it's for this. Oh God, what really makes me upset about this is like I love Remedy. Not a lot of people love Remedy, and I understand that. But like I love the games they make, and they do have like a community of people who really do love their games. Like I don't know why you would just shit on those people that got this game.
I know.
No,
That's the thing that kills me is like it was a new IP. People took a chance, invested in your product, and this is how you say thanks.
and like I mean,
This is literally like just waving with a middle finger towards the early adopters.
Well, this is their way of getting around Microsoft saying, "Hey, you cannot charge for
correct.
an upgrade to the next system. Like you cannot charge for an upgrade, and this is how their way of getting around that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just I don't know, man. It's like
It's terrible, but that's what they're doing.
I mean, I don't know how well Control sold. Like I don't remember seeing it on NPD lists
I'm sure
and
it
things
sold
like that.
decent though.
I mean, especially like after like near the end of the year, like because it showed up on multiple Game of the Year awards,
Right.
not just ours. Like it was
Right.
our Game of the Year, but it was like a bunch of other people's too, and it showed up in a lot of those conversations and lists.
it was
and
on
things
sale
like that.
a lot at the
It
end of
was
the
on
year
sale
too.
a
So
lot,
I'm
too.
sure a lot of people. I'm sure I like to see like I bet you a lot of people bought it digitally. I have a feeling. I feel like that was one of those games because it was constantly on sale digitally. I have a feeling it sold a lot more digital than physical.
So like I just it was just like this is their first game that wasn't on only on Xbox as
Right.
well. Like this, it was the first game on both systems.
Right.
Like I just don't understand like how you need them. You need the funds that bad to do that kind of thing to it. Like I understand like if it was like I always felt like Remedy was on like the precipice of just like going under because like
Right.
It
seemed like it.
like Alan Wake was a good game, but like I call it Quantic Dream. That's not right. Quantum Break.
Quantum Break.
I mean, I liked it because again, I like Remedy games, but like some people really didn't like it.
Yeah.
And then this is kind of like Art said, this is kind of a big risk for them, another new IP.
Yep.
And it's just like, man, it's just really frustrating that they couldn't just. I never plan on playing the game again.
Well,
I already played it 1.5 times.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't plan on playing again, but it's just this was a chance to do right and they did it wrong.
Yep.
Not only that, like you don't plan on playing it again. Okay, but what's to say there's not someday, some weekend or whatever where you're like, I just want to see what it looks like, all fancied up.
Also true.
Right.
And like I'm gonna play the last expansion pack is coming out here, I think in 2 weeks, like
Yeah.
27th, 28th, something like that. And I'm really looking forward to that. Like maybe if maybe I'll just wait. Maybe I'll just wait for the next one if I had that past the
Right.
PlayStation 5 version of it. Maybe I'm just gonna wait and play that and at that point.
Yeah.
But
I say especially for us, for the console owners, because like it's going to obviously add like the amazing ray tracing that the PC owners have and everything. So like that game is going to look like so it's not going to look like the character models and stuff like that are still going to look the same,
Yeah.
but like you're going to get that ray tracing, and that's
Yeah.
going to be that changes the whole game. It looks insane. Like I've seen the screenshots from the PC. It's incredible.
right. So that is super disappointing. I don't know. They still got time to make right on this thing, but
I don't think.
I don't think that's.
I think they would have
happen.
already
I
because it's
totally
been like
agree.
what? It's been like
like
over a
week or
week
so.
now. So I doubt they would have. Yeah, they were going to do anything about
Bad
this.
on you, Remedy. Bad on you.
Agreed.
All right, that's it.
That's it.
All right, before
All uplifting stuff there.
great, let's talk. Let's
Good, great, grand.
No, let's fucking-
yelling on the podcast.
No, let's fucking fight. Oh fuck, I totally forgot about this.
We could just run through this stuff really fast.
Yeah, let's please.
Because there's not a whole ton. Okay, so Nintendo had an
Wake up,
Indie
state of
World.
play.
Here we go.
Indie World, I mean. Go back to bed.
There we go. All right. Sorry. All right. Hades. That is the Supergiant game. You also will have a cross save with PC. It's their roguelike fall 2020. Looks good. That Hypnospace Outlaw that we announced, that we talked about earlier, it's a Retro 90 game coming August 27th. Their demo's now on Switch.
Pumped.
Spiritfarer, another thing we've already talked about. It's not what I thought it was going to be. It's one of those management games.
Yeah.
Kind of like Fallout Shelter, like that style. But it was a shadow drop, available now. Another game called Garden Story coming in 2021. Kind of look like a retro Zelda, cutesy.
And somehow not related to Golf Story and
I
or
was just
Sports
saying,
Story.
right.
Is like the Golf Story company really just
Nope.
spinning off to everything?
Nope, this is something completely
They
different
should.
somehow.
That would be just
Yeah.
brilliant. But no,
Yeah.
it's too late now. They've
They
already
should
done this
trademark
one.
Story.
Yeah.
Like,
I
Oh,
don't,
man.
I don't think you can do that.
well, no, but I
I'm
wonder if there's
trademarking the.
Well, I wonder if there's like a special like stipulation of like how you can do it though. You know what I mean?
might
Like
be.
to make it happen. But yeah, it looked interesting. Then they showed off Subnautica and they announced a sequel, Subnautica Below Zero. Both of them are coming to Switch in early 2021. Then they showed a very interesting game called Takashi and Hiroshi. It was kind of like a claymation, but you're creating. That's the story part, but then the game part is in a tablet where you're creating your own RPG.
Right. So your little brother, who looked like he was sick, I think he was like on like a hospital
It
bed.
seems like I'm very scared to buy the game because of that.
Because it looks like you're trying to make a game to entertain your little brother, so you can't make it too hard, but you can't make it too easy.
Right.
Looks super interesting. I guess it was on the Apple Arcade originally.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay. It is on sale right now. It's 10% off. It was $9, so 90 cents off, which is not much, but it's cheap. It's a cheap game just in general.
If that's like a 2-hour game, I'm gonna be all over it.
I have a feeling it is. I have a feeling it is. After that, Roger, an ancient epic, they showed off. This is like a Prince of Persia adventure game meets the combat of kind of old school God of War. It is available now. I bought it.
Oh yeah.
Because I was super intrigued.
It looks cool.
This is from a brand new studio in India, their very first game, so it's very India culture kind of based. I am super enjoying it.
It's beautiful, too.
It is gorgeous. I am really enjoying it. I barely gotten into it, but I am super enjoying it so far. Then they showed a game called Bear and Breakfast, which looks stupid but fun.
You find a dilapidated shack and turn into a bed and breakfast, but you're a bear. So
Awesome.
yeah, good times.
2021. Then they showed off a game called a short hike.
Yeah, that game came out last year. It was a PC game.
Was it? Okay. Okay. Well, it's available now on Switch.
Super
Shadow Drop.
2-hour like meditative like chill game.
Got it. Then they showed off a very. I thought it was cool, like the graphics and everything. Card Shark.
Yes.
This looks really really neat. Basically, it's like a old French time era where you're playing poker and but you gotta cheat your way through
so
it
yeah, like
without getting caught.
Yeah, find different ways to manipulate the cards, like manipulate the dealing, and
Yes.
like work with somebody else. And it's from the same guys who made that Reigns game, like the card game,
That's
which I
right.
really like too.
Yeah.
It had the same kind of like really kind of like tongue in cheeky, but like kind of serious, and like I liked it a lot.
It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause if like someone caught you cheating, he's
Yeah,
pulling
he
out
pulled
his
out-
gun.
he pulled out his
Hey. Oh my god, that was it. Actually, this is on my radar. So
I totally agree.
2021.
Totally agree.
Torchlight 3
Yep.
is coming to consoles fall 2020. Usually, when they show this stuff, that means everywhere.
Yes,
Usually,
yes.
Manifold Garden was a shadow drop, available now. Same with Evergate. Evergate is available now.
It's an Ori clone.
Pretty much, yeah. Then we got a quick little montage here of some games coming in 2020. Haven, that's one of those demo games I played on Xbox. That looks pretty neat. Going Under, coming out September 24th. The Red Lantern, this is the dog sledding game. That looked it still looked really good. Fall 2020. Unrailed, September 23rd. Struggling, looked like a crazy art style. Those were the arms and everything. But the game itself did not look great.
No.
August 27th. In Most on August 21st. She Dreams Everywhere coming early 2021. I am super pumped for this. This is basically, it feels like a spiritual successor to Earthbound. Like everything about it is Earthbound feel.
Okay.
Like the way the combat works and everything. So very looking forward to that. Grindstone coming fall 2020. Goner 2 coming in fall 2020. And then they wrapped it up with Untitled Goose Game is getting a co-op mode for free.
Yeah.
September 23rd, and a physical Switch edition is coming soon.
Yeah, they usually just have it on one of those like limited run. It wasn't limited run, but like one of those equivalents. Like they used to have a physical
Super
version.
massive,
yeah,
game
something like that.
or not super limited game.
The best part about that trailer was the very end when the kid was like curling like up, and the geese were like circling and quacking. Like, oh god, it's so good. Yeah, that's cool. Free bonus game.
Yeah.
Make it even goofier.
That trailer was a lot of fun too.
A lot of really excellent stuff in here.
Oh, this was amazing. Like,
Yeah.
compared to like the shitty third party one they just
Yeah.
had not too long ago. This I think the best thing about this is so many of them came out right then
later,
and there.
later today.
And that is
or
the
demos.
best thing, right? Because that is always my concern with this. Like that Rajar, an ancient epic.
Yeah.
If you would have told me that's early 2021, guess what? I would have forgotten about it and never bought it and never played it. But now, because it was available right then and there, and it was 10% off, I bought it and I played it.
Yeah, and I mean, Card Shark, I think is also is a Devolver game. So like,
It is a Devolver.
So it was just
Yeah.
like, man,
Yeah.
this looks great. Oh crap, Devolver. Yeah,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like
Oh, yeah,
and
even
like,
better.
So yeah, there were like 5 or 6 games in there. Like I
Yeah.
really piqued my interest.
Absolutely.
All right,
All right. So
State of
let's
play.
Move on to State of Play. So this is the non-big PS5.
so glad we didn't wait for recording on this one.
So we kicked off things with Crash 4 coming out October 2nd.
Cool.
Looks great. They're adding some pretty cool modes into it where it changes the gameplay. So it's not, you got your standard levels, but then you can throw a filter on it that completely changes how you play it. So that's pretty cool.
Neat.
Then they showed off Hitman 3, and it's going to be in PlayStation VR. All 3 games are going to be available in PlayStation VR January 2021.
How do you feel about that? Yeah. All right.
Kidding me? I'm ready to take that.
Yeah, that's just like I think
they
it
showed in the
looks
trailer.
really kind of. It
I
looks
am
really
so
crazy.
pumped. I'm about to buy all of them for
I don't
PlayStation.
have a PlayStation VR anymore, so.
Oh, we got rid of it?
Yeah, I just sold everything when I moved.
Fair enough.
Boo.
You say boo. My my PayPal account says otherwise.
Just give me a hard time. Let's see. Oh, and after that, we got Braid Anniversary
Dude,
Edition.
I was like
2021.
I was like, oh my god. Oh, it's just they're just making it again. I was just like, because I love Braid. I was like, I never in a million years thought they could make another one.
No.
I was just, but I had that glimmer of hope because they kind of pieced it together. Like I knew what they were doing because they had like some live action stuff
Right.
before. I was like, oh my fucking god, they're making Braid, and they are making Braid, and it does look prettier. But I'm not. I got the equivalent of the platinum trophy on that thing on the Xbox. I got all the achievements.
Oh, yes.
And that includes like getting those like I think 7 or 8 different stars you get.
Yeah.
One of them including watching a cloud go by for 2 hours.
Yeah.
I did all that.
Yeah.
So like, I can't imagine I'm going to do that again.
What's wrong with you?
It was Xbox 360 days. I had time on my hands.
It was a great game.
It was great. I love that game.
Was this around the time Circuit City closed?
It might have been. Probably.
That explains it. That explains
All I
it.
did was drink and play video games. It was great.
So that's coming in 2021.
God, I hated you.
So then they showed off one of the games that the reason why Mike got 0 points is because it got delayed for PlayStation 5, The Pathless.
It's going to be a good game.
Looks neat. Looks very cool. Looks like a lot of fun. They said later 2020, so I have a feeling that will be a launch
I'm
title.
going to miss it by 2 full years. That's how off I was on that thing. Anyway.
Just
Yeah. Then after that, they showed off Spelunky 2. So if you're into Spelunky, it's more Spelunky.
Good for them.
September 15th.
what is that game even? I
It's
see.
a roguelike diving down and
Dive
finding
into the
and
caves.
exploring and do roguelike
Kooky.
things.
I see it on sale all the time, and I see the little cartoony artwork. But I don't remember what the game is
I
about.
think I played that. I think there was a PS Plus game back in the day for Vita.
I think so.
I'm 95% sure I played it at one point, and it's one of the many reasons why I never played roguelikes again. Because that's just not for me.
It's definitely a cult classic.
Oh,
like
yeah.
People who are into it are so into it. It's one of those kind of games. So after that, they showed off Genshin Impact. So this is basically Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild meets anime.
Okay.
It totally looks like Breath of the Wild. It's like the world and everything, but with anime characters and magic and stuff like that.
So they probably improved the art style of Breath of the Wild a little bit.
Yeah, it actually looks a little bit better. So it's coming fall 2020 for PS4. They just announced Android and iOS are getting it first and PC, and then Switch and PS4. Then after that, we got a game that had some controversy afterwards. Aeon Must Die, coming in 2021. This looked awesome. It looks like a crazy side-scrolling brawler.
No, it's coming out in 2021.
We'll see. But yeah, some of the creators that
that's the
left
one-
the creators
yeah,
left the studios are saying that they're using their assets that they did not agree to them use after they were fired,
Correct.
and craziness is going on from that.
My instinct is to have a problem with their complaint, but I don't know what their employment contract looked like, so I'm not even gonna guess.
Right. After that, we got a really neat looking game, Aeon Mutationum.
Teenage
I don't
Mutant
know.
Ninja Turtles.
It was
I played that
basically it's basically Fear Effect meets Cyberpunk.
Yeah, that looked interesting.
It looked really interesting. That's coming December 2020. And then we got Art and I's one of Art and I's favorite games coming for PS5 this holiday season, Bug Snacks. Got some more of that. I don't give a fuck about this game.
I think that's also in that same like genre of like people who love like Slime Rancher and things like that. Like that's a very unique group of people.
I would say
are gonna love
I
that
think
game.
part of my just hatred and annoyance towards that game already is that for whatever reason, all the video game people I follow on Twitter won't
Yes.
stop fucking tweeting or retweeting about it. And I'm sick and tired of
Yes.
hearing about it. It doesn't look that interesting to start
No.
with, and it's one of those things like if I had like just no follows and just general news feed, and I was getting it from everyone all over the industry, I probably would see it about 8% as much as I do, and it would be much more tolerable. But because I've made this horrible mistake, I can't stop seeing it.
Mm-hmm.
And for
Agreed.
some reason, Twitter's muted words does not include like people changing their name.
Oh god damn it.
That's hilarious.
So
Yes, I've muted Bug Snacks with an X and Bug Snacks with a CKS.
good.
Also, a lot of hatred for.
It's
It's super annoying. I
I say
don't get people's hype for like
it's one
like,
of those things like, yeah, people won't stop talking about it, and I don't know why. And it's I mean it's like I'm missing something. I think it's supposed to be like an inside joke type
Yeah.
thing. Like,
It's
oh my
right.
god, this is so over
Right.
the top. It looks funny, and nothing about it seems funny to me.
because I agree
It's a
with you
song.
that the
Everyone
people,
likes this song.
the people who are gonna like this are like the slime, like who are actually legit gonna like this game. That's why I don't understand because none of them have ever talked about games like this before. So it's like, why are you getting into this one? It's annoying.
I just like I.
Okay.
Let's
try to
carry
speed
on.
it up here.
Yeah, we got this.
You want me to
10:30.
rant? I can rant.
Holiday 2020, so basically PS5 launch title. So after that, Vader Immortal series they announced is coming for PlayStation VR August 25th. If you don't have an Oculus and you have not played this yet, buy it.
Yeah,
it's
it's on my
all
list.
three of them. It's so good.
You do have an Oculus, buy a Vive.
Oh yeah, now you should.
Facebook owns Oculus. They're making everyone link their Oculus accounts to Facebook and log in through Facebook in the future.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and if you choose not to right now, you have 2 years before basically your Quest becomes
Oh, good.
no good.
Perfect.
Yeah, not too happy about that. So then after that, we got the trailer for the Control DLC Awe,
Yeah.
which basically showed Alan Wake at the end.
Yep,
So that's
yep,
pretty
yep.
cool.
Still excited for it.
August 27th. Then after that, they showed off Auto Chess, which from what I vibe is a huge PC game. It seems like
It was like a mod of something. And
Okay.
It took off, and
Okay.
now it's its own thing. You right back there?
coming to PS4 October
Got these
31st.
facilities, keep going.
All right.
Okay.
Can you give me a thing of water while you're up?
I'll let up for you, don't worry.
There's no way your pee is clear.
Yeah, I got to agree on that. After that, we got a trailer for what I think was one of the cooler games actually thrown on this, The Pedestrian. So
Oh,
this
yes.
was I don't know. Can you describe it?
Thanks,
better?
sir.
Maybe you can describe it better than I
Okay,
can.
so it
I was
looks-
trying to figure out how to describe it.
You know, like when you're, they have like the wet floor sign, and they have like a little person on there, like it's like the stick figure, and he's falling. But imagine you're controlling that character, and like you're essentially, and you're going from like sign to sign there where he would be, like, and
Yeah.
and each sign is integrated into the environment, whether it be like, you know, it looked like workplace hazards, and they had like a bunch of them like all in a row, like signs for, like workplace hazards, but you're actually like moving through it with that little guy. Or the constructions, like a roadside construction zone where you have like, again, you're going through construction type signs. You can move the signs around on the screen to get like to move your character from sign to sign. But it just looked like a really fun puzzle game and a really unique take on
Yes,
it.
absolutely.
So yeah, that was definitely down for that one.
Yeah, so that's coming January of 2021. So super excited to check that out. Then after that, we got 2 brand new PS5 announcements. Hood, Outlaws, and Legends coming in 2021. This basically look like For Honor.
Yep.
But with a different setting.
There it is. Yeah,
So
exactly.
if you liked For Honor, you'll probably enjoy this one. Then after that, super shocked on this one. I'm actually very excited. Temtem is coming in 2021 to PS5, and they did, of course, Switch and Series X as well. But this is basically, if you haven't heard about this game yet, this is a Pokemon MMO, and it's hard. Like, it's supposed to be difficult.
It's like a, not I don't say like adult, but like it's more mature
And
too, right?
Yeah, a little bit more. Yeah. So, but this is the Pokemon MMO we've always wanted, basically. Like, and yeah, I am super. I just because right now it's only on PC. I think I tried running it on my Surface and it did not go well. So I was like, well, that's not going to work. So seeing this, I am super pumped for that. So I will definitely check that out on whichever system I decide to.
We got Transformers.
So then, oh yeah. He got that for being brave at the doctor.
Nice. What art do to earn that? Nothing.
I picked that off the floor. It's important for kids to clean up their toys.
And
There's
then,
been a battle I've been fighting at my house for 6 days straight.
and then last but not least, we got a super in-depth look of Godfall.
I'm cutting you off right there. I'm not spending any more time on Godfall. We got too much stuff to do because Godfall is boring and no one cares. All right.
State cares.
Does they care about Godfall?
No,
I
it looks
apologize.
fucking terrible.
Okay, good. Let's carry on then. So, please be excited for Godfall.
Don't.
All right. So we got.
Don't encourage games like that.
No, I can't. I'm not spending any time on it. I said I'm not. All right. So we got the 68 game bracket.
Couldn't put one more in there?
What do you want?
I don't know. Anything.
Sure.
Anything.
We gotta take
Put bug snakes in there. I don't care.
Oh my god.
So
no.
Now is like we figured like the best games of this generation. We did not include Switch because my argument was that Switch is still going on. So like at some point they're gonna put some more games out. I assume they haven't really recently, but
Right.
I assume at some point they're gonna be putting more games out on the Switch, and maybe we can do the same thing at the end of the Switch life cycle. Then we can maybe put them head to head or whatever it is. I don't know. So no Switch games. Only one game per franchise. We picked the best rated game. The only one that is the exception to that rule. We put Far Cry 5 in here because more of us played 5 than 4. Next thing is these rankings are based off of the OpenCritic ratings, and then altered based on our own kind of preferences. Like
OpenCritic plus some editorialism.
Plus some editorialism based off of just doing this for a few
our
years,
brackets.
based off of our top 5s of the year.
This is
based
nonsense.
off of,
You put Horizon Zero Dawn at the 13th seed it belongs at according to the numbers.
I think it would have been.
So it could wreck shop.
I think it would have been like in the 6 or 7 range when we did that, if I would have left it where it was. I didn't mess around too much with it, but there were some on there that definitely would not have been on the list if I know that some of us weren't passionate about it, or just moved up and some other stuff moved down and things like
So
that.
initially this started as just first party.
Originally this was first party PlayStation, but then it just got expanded and got crazy.
Mike
and
had a lot of
then
free time at work.
I had like 2 days where I didn't have a lot to do, so I did this. So I think the best way to do this. So we got, just like March Madness, we got 16 seeds. We got 4 playing games. I got 4 regions. I got the Rapture region, the Liberty City region, the City 17 region, and the Megaton region. I think we should do this round at a time, region at a time. So I'll introduce the Rapture region.
Okay.
We'll go through round 1. I'll introduce the Liberty City region, do round 1, and keep going around until we get down to the end. Now, all of us haven't played all these games, right? But the nice thing about having 3 of us is that we're always going to have a definitive winner here if we all vote on all the games. I think that we should have to put a vote in every single time, no matter what. So like if I didn't play a game, if I didn't play
I
a
was just
game,
abstain on so many of them.
if I didn't play either one of the games, like I think I should pick maybe what I thought was more, impressive, more talked about, more popular, more, move gaming forward, or whatever your reasoning is. But I think that we should commit to having a vote on every game, so we have 2-1 or 3-0 or whatever it is.
Okay.
No
think-
ties.
So, I think in cases where, never mind.
You sure?
I was going to say, like, if we have a case where 2 of us played the game, the 2 who played the game should put their votes in first. But then that makes no sense for the person who didn't play it to be the deciding vote.
I would agree with that.
So, just go. We'll go in whatever
Maybe it's
order.
one of those things. Okay.
Well, let's just start and we'll figure it out.
This is something new, and
Figure it
we
out as
won't
we
do it
do
again
it.
until the end of the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. All right.
I'll be dead by then.
So let's
7
go.
years.
Let's go through the Rapture region. The number 1 overall, by the way, is Red Dead Redemption 2. They will play the winner of the playing game between Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order and Oxenfree. The 8th seed is Devil May Cry 5. The 9th seed is Tales from the Borderlands. Number 5, Return of the Obra Dinn will be playing number 12, The Messenger. Number 4, Rainbow Six Siege. I don't know how that got so high. We'll be playing against the Assassin's Creed
If it's
Odyssey.
going off hours played, I think it wins the whole thing. Okay.
That I don't even have a number above 1 on this. So, the 6th seed was Nier Automata. Number 11 is Wolfenstein 2.
Ooh.
Number 3 seed. Something else I should say about
some tough ones
when we got
there.
Metal Gear Solid 5 on this one. So also we're talking about games that are like definitively like this generation. Yes, they had a PlayStation 3 version for Metal Gear Solid 5, but that came out well into the PlayStation 4 like lifespan. So it's basically a PlayStation 4 game. Number 3 seed Metal Gear Solid 5 against Call of Duty Black Ops 4, which was the highest rated Call of Duty game, by the way, which is kind of crazy.
Wow.
I was surprised by that.
I was really surprised by that because we both like Modern Warfare a lot,
Yeah.
and I think if Modern Warfare had Warzone built into it originally, I think it would have been
Yeah.
higher.
Yeah, I don't
rated,
think
but-
a lot of the reviews went back and like adjusted for Warzone.
Yeah, I don't
think
think so
Warzone
either.
got its own reviews.
7th seed is Ghost of Tsushima. Tsushima, right? Like,
Tsushima.
I want to see it
Which
Tsushima. Tsushima.
I need someone to explain that to me though,
Hmm.
because from
10th seed is Rocket League. Number 2 seed Uncharted 4, and 15th seed the highest rated Madden NFL 16. So we start with the playing game.
Yes.
Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order or Oxenfree. I played both of these.
I played more Star Wars than I did
I
Oxenfree.
played neither.
Personally, like I said, when Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order was out there, the only thing that made me do is want to play Control. 'Cause I thought Control was a version of everything it was on there. Oxenfree is completely different. Like this is very much so apples and oranges. I would pick Oxenfree in this thing just because I enjoyed it more.
Yeah, Oxenfree was very interesting. I personally would go with Star Wars.
The first one.
I know.
we're debating.
I would go with Star Wars just because
And of course, the two who played are the ones.
mainly the main reason why I go with Star Wars though is just because it was basically I agreed with you at the time. I was like
Yeah.
I just kind of want to get back to Control, but this was like the better Star Wars game we've played in a long time.
Don't want to crap on Star Wars.
No,
Fallen Order.
and, yeah,
I did.
right.
I played all the way through it. I really
Absolutely.
enjoyed it. I thought I
enjoyed
again.
the story a lot.
I like the story. I like the new characters a
Yeah.
lot. I like the sound. There was so much about it I did like. But Oxenfree for me was just so different. It's much more of a me game too, which I do also recognize. So ours is a deciding vote here.
I get to vote on whatever criteria I want, right?
You can do
Whatever you want.
whatever the hell
Yeah,
you want. 'Cause
whatever
it's
you
gonna
want.
get
Fallen Order was single player only, right?
correct.
Yes.
And that's why I'm gonna vote for that one.
Okay.
For EA ignoring the allure of multiplayer, for them dedicating to actually putting out a competent Star Wars single player only experience.
All right.
That's good, man.
Then
That's a good reason.
so that moves on to play Red Dead Redemption 2, the number 1 seed overall. I don't know much I did not like about Red Dead Redemption 2. The only thing I think it was missing from being a perfect game was like a Blazing Saddles reference, because that's the only thing. It had everything else.
Damn it.
You think you get to punch a horse?
You could punch a horse in that game, actually.
Oh, there's your reference.
So, I mean, I think I was the only one who really played it at this table, but I'm going to throw the cape on for Red Dead Redemption 2. It's one of my favorite games of all time.
I played Red Dead for like 5-6 hours. It wasn't for me, but it is way better than Star Wars. Like, let me just put it that way. Like, I get it. Like, I get why people love the game and everything. You got to go. I have to give it to Red Dead.
It's been decided. Do you have any thoughts on this?
I was going to vote for Red Dead either way, just because everyone I know who played that game, I haven't heard anyone really
Yeah.
say that it was a bad game or had any major complaints about it.
Like I said, my
you're
major complaint was just that there was like the amazing parts was it took too long in between
Right.
each amazing part, but the amazing parts were amazing.
Yeah, and like I said, it's still like has the best. Going from A to B was never more fun in
Yeah.
any open world game, because God, I had no idea what was going to happen. I don't know what was going to be thrown my way, or what things I could do, and actually affected the world around me. Like people I would save, I'd see outside the marketplace, that I'd be like, "Thanks for saving me with that snake venom, whatever it was.
Right.
Go ahead and get anything in the shop on the house." Type of- You know, it was just so great. All right. Number 8 seed, Devil May Cry 5. Number 9 seed, Tales from the Borderlands. Art, do I even have to ask you this one? No?
Tales from the Borderlands was so good. So good.
I think we talked about this before. I think that might be the funniest game of all time.
It's really good, and for me, I love the Borderlands franchise as a whole. But it's one of those ones I feel like even if you don't know all the lore around Borderlands, you could still jump in and play it and not really miss that much of a beat. I mean, you're not going to get all the inside jokes as much as someone who's played every minute of every game, but it's still really good. And of course, it's the good storytelling, which is all Telltale really had to offer. But to see them take kind of a niche IP that it's not Batman, it's not Walking Dead, it's not a mainstream IP, and make something great out of it.
Yeah.
It was so good.
So I never played any Borderlands. That was the first Borderlands thing I ever played, and I adored it. I know you like Devil May Cry 5.
I do. I've played both. I haven't finished Tales from the Borderlands, but Tales from the Borderlands, I will say, I mean, obviously that's going to move on. It's fine. It's fine. Go ahead. Tales from the Borderlands, I was enjoying. I thought it was, I agreed, funny and everything like that. Personally, I would pick, I think Devil May Cry 5 was amazing. I think it was like my game number 5 or whatever last year. It was so nice to see them come back from come back to the actual and put the 5 on it and nail it.
Yeah,
because that's so hard to do sometimes. So to come back to a series, I personally, a lot of people didn't. I like DMC, but it's so hard. Sometimes it's so hard to come back to the true series and nail it. And Capcom did it, and that's why it gets my respect.
I hear you. It's not going to win, but I hear you.
Hey, it's okay. No, hey, like I said, I get it. I understand.
All right, so this is gonna be a fun one. Number 5, Return of the Obra Dinn against this 12 seed.
The good old 5
Messenger.
versus 12. I mean, it's always a struggle.
Y'all know how much I love Return of the Obra Dinn, and I may have bought it for a third time for the collector's edition.
Did you get the limited?
I did.
Oh, nice.
I
gotta see that.
I'm so pumped.
That limited run collector's edition looks amazing.
Yeah,
I knew I had a feeling you were going to.
I was just like, I'm gonna check it. I'm like, oh fuck, it's still available.
I'm just gonna look. This stuff always sells out.
Oh, it's there.
And I didn't buy the PlayStation version, which I have already had it digitally for PlayStation.
Okay.
Only because the Switch version has a big red the square in the upper right hand corner.
Oh.
But I was like, it's just ugly.
Yeah.
I didn't buy it. I bought it because it can look pretty on a shelf.
By the way, I fixed your kid's Transformer.
Oh, thank you.
So, I mean, I absolutely adore Return of the Obra Dinn. I never played The Messenger, so this is an easy one for me. But I think you played a little bit of both. I don't know if you played either.
I played a little bit of both.
Okay, then you guys talk.
I give it to The Messenger personally.
Oh, you gotta talk first. You gotta speak up.
Go ahead, Art.
I said fuck you. Was what I said.
Go ahead, Art.
I played a little bit of both. I feel like Return from the Obra Dinn was more memorable in the little bit I played, and it's also the one that had me considering going back to it more than The Messenger did. Just because it's so unlike pretty much any other game I played.
Yeah.
Whereas The Messenger, it's a nice nostalgic throwback to the old NES, SNES days of the 8-bit side-scrolling kind of ninja type game. But yeah, Return of the Obra Dinn, for whatever reason, that one stuck with me more than The Messenger did.
Return of the Obra Dinn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I knew that was. I had a feeling it was going to be a tough one because I knew Art really liked The Messenger too.
Sorry, I'm gonna fuck you up next round.
Okay. Next, 4th seed Rainbow Six Siege, 13th seed Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Art.
What?
Steak.
Why are we asking?
The only reason that this is in here because of me.
That's true. That was not rated into the 4th seed. Let me tell you on Open Critic.
I will say if it was Assassin's Creed Origin, I'd be fighting for Origin right now. But I've not played Odyssey, so I will give Art his Siege.
I would have picked,
and I enjoyed Siege though. I did the little bit I did play. I did enjoy it.
I would have picked Siege anyway. Assassin's Creed I played the hell out of for 2 days, and I was just like, "There's so much going on, and it's really cool." But it's not. I just didn't connect with it as much as I thought. Where I did play a lot of Siege, and for me personally too. I mean, I do enjoy playing with the other people. Playing.
That's
with
the reason I play it so much is just because it's a way. It's a game I can play and socialize.
For sure.
It's I could sit there on the headset and party chat, and I can play. I can play Madden and someone else can be playing something else, but it's not the same.
All right, next one. Number 6 seed, Nier Automata. Number 11, Wolfenstein 2.
Oh my god, I don't know.
I'm gonna speak first. I never played Nier Automata. I played Wolfenstein 2, and that was a fantastic, fantastic game. that I'm not sure that we gave enough consideration to in Game of the Year voting that year.
Well,
I'm gonna give that one to you.
if you remember, I played it after
finish
the
it?
new year,
Yeah,
and I finished it in a
Oh, you're
weekend.
right.
And I said it would have been my game of the year if I played it in the year. But
what won that year? Was that Mario?
Oh, it couldn't have been that year, could it?
Was that or?
holy shit, no, I think it was that year.
Mario
Because
or God of War?
because Art was pissed because if I would have picked Wolfenstein, that means Horizon would have won,
Yeah.
and he was pissed.
Oh, you're right. And if I would have picked,
Fuck me good.
I still feel bad.
I
about
mean-
that.
Nier is amazing, absolutely amazing, but I cannot vote against Wolfenstein 2 in that case. I just can't.
I would. My vote doesn't matter, but just for giggles, I would have picked Wolfenstein 2 as well. The 11th seed on this one. Are you shocked by my vote?
Falling off the table.
No, but no, Wolfenstein 2. It's there's so many moments in that game I'm just never gonna forget.
It's
And
like,
on top of it being super fun, like
I'll say it's Wolfenstein. You know the history behind Wolfenstein, first-person shooter, and it has an amazing, awesome, ridiculous story to
Yeah.
it too.
Oh, it's so
they,
good.
From beginning to
that
end.
they put in that alternate history post World War II world.
So good.
and it doesn't. It's like sometimes when you play these games, like the alternate history piece of it, like there's
Right.
like it gives you alternate history, but kind of there's like some like stopping there. Like this game is just ridiculous from beginning to end on every piece of it. It doesn't pull any punches in that alternate history piece of it. So it's like we're already messing with time and space. Like let's cut his head off.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's like,
Right.
this is gonna be fine. You know, it's just stuff like that. I just absolutely love that game.
And they fucked it up with Youngblood.
I've seen that game for like $10. I still haven't bought it yet.
Not worth it.
All right,
Have
number
you
3.
played it since they
I
updated
haven't.
it?
No.
I heard they updated.
I might have to
and
give it
they-
another try after the update.
Yeah, I heard they fixed some of the gameplay.
I can actually
issues.
pause it now.
Oh, good.
So I might try it again.
Oh God. All right, number 3 seed, Metal Gear Solid 5 against a 14 seed, Call of Duty Black Ops 4. I'm gonna have struggle with this one because like Metal Gear Solid 5, I love that game, and I was really trying. And then that's before I took my my spirit journey for 3 months when I got hired for my new job. So I was really trying to get to the end of that game, and that game is just so huge. I just couldn't do it. So I got pretty far in it, and like after the stream, I was like I couldn't go back to it. I just couldn't. I couldn't pick it back up. I mean, I played the hell out of Call of Duty Black Ops 4.
Was Black Ops 4 the online only one?
Yeah, it was zombies,
Yep.
blackout, and multiplayer, and that
Yep.
was it. And like I played that sort of. I think that was like that year I put it up as my 3rd favorite game of that
See,
year.
you loved that game.
I
Yeah, you
played the
loved
bejesus
Black
out of
Ops.
that
Yeah,
game.
you did. You didn't. You did.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think Metal Gear Solid 5 is a more important game. I think it does something very different as opposed to Call of Duty being Call of Duty. So, like, I think I'm kind of leaning towards Metal Gear Solid, but I'm not. I wouldn't be sad either way.
Yeah, I mean, personally, the fact that, because like I really don't play Call of Duty, but the fact that one was pure multiplayer, like
Yeah.
completely is like
Yeah,
for me.
I totally
like,
get that.
so it's definitely for me. It's Metal Gear.
Yeah, I'll go Metal Gear because of all the Call of Duty games I played, that one had, in my opinion, the worst gunplay out of all of them.
They had the worst sound design of all time.
That too. The sound is awful. Just awful. Oh,
I can't believe that rated the highest.
It's,
this
I was
time.
like, if I
it,
was-
sound, it sounds like
crazy.
someone's right next to me. Let me peek my head out. Oh shit, they're a town over.
if this would have been Call of Duty Modern Warfare,
I would have voted for Modern Warfare because I like Modern Warfare.
interesting. All right, number 7C was Ghost of Tsushima against number 10 Rocket League. 2 wildly different games.
Wow. Yeah.
And I'm gonna also someone else start talking on this one because I don't want to be first.
I mean, Rocket League made that company. Rocket League kind of, I mean, it was already a thing, but it kind of put PlayStation Plus on the map.
Agreed.
Rocket League was huge. And it's still a thing out there going now, and they have a pro league and tournaments and all kinds of crazy crap. I mean, I have seen Ghost of Tsushima. I didn't pick it up because it just, the more I saw of it, it didn't look like it was up my alley. But I mean, I'm going to vote for Rocket League just because that game, while it's a smaller game, it was huge for what it did for a company and for a platform in PlayStation Plus.
This thing's really Not having a good time with
God,
this.
those points are so good points.
And it was a good game too.
I'm in the middle of playing Ghost, like I talked about before, too. It makes it
And
more
that's what
difficult.
makes it-
I don't know the
that's
full.
tough.
I don't know the full
Yes.
aspect of it.
Exactly.
But man, I did play a lot of Rocket League.
I didn't only because I was really bad at it, but I get it. Like,
Yeah.
you know, it's one of those games where like I understand, like I respect because even though I didn't care for, I do get it, and I understand why people are going nuts and crazy for it. And I mean, my vote might change come a couple weeks from now.
Yeah.
But I think I gotta go with Rocket League for right now. It's just such a bigger game, like for many of the reasons that Art said.
And here's what I'm going to tell you in a minute. It's not going to matter because the next matchup is Uncharted 4 against Madden NFL 16. I'm writing Uncharted 4
Yeah, just
in
write Uncharted
no matter
4.
what y'all say. Because can you tell me who's on the cover of 16?
Richard Sherman.
You might be right.
I think I am. Please.
Fact check.
What do I get?
You get to stay in the first round brackets though, because they're not getting out of this. They're not being Uncharted 4, which is no. Art asked me like, you know, when I was putting the rules together, it was just like, what Uncharted game did you put in there? I was like, I put Uncharted 4 in there
Yeah.
because I do love Lost Legacy, but Uncharted 4 is I think the best game in this series.
Odell Beckham Jr.
Whoa! Way off.
Well,
Richard Sherman was on the cover of one of them. I don't
was.
remember
he
which
was. I don't remember either. All right, so that finished the first round in the Rapture region. Next, we got the Liberty City region. So the first overall seed in the Liberty City region is God of War. They will play the winner between the playing game of Life is Strange 2 and A Plague Tale.
one. Poor Seps.
It doesn't matter.
I was gonna say.
I just want to talk about those games. The 8th seed is Beat Saber. 9 seed is Celeste. Number 5 seed is Ori and the Will of the Wisps. Number 12 is Super Hot. Number 4, Inside. 13, Moss. Number 6, perfectly, was Civilization 6. 11 is Yakuza 0. 3 seed, Marvel's Spider-Man. Number 14 seed, Batman, The Enemy Within. Got a superhero duel there. Number 7, Far Cry 5 against number 10 seed, Titanfall 2. And then we had number 2 seed, Control against 15 seed, Division 2. So, playing game. Life is Strange 2 against A Plague Tale.
This is a tough bracket.
These are all
Actually,
they're only going to get
this
worse.
is a tough bracket.
So, playing game is Life is Strange 2 versus A Plague Tale. I played both those games. I may have been the only one who played either one of those games.
Yeah, I didn't play either.
Cool. Life
So-
is Strange 2 it is.
All right.
Whoa, hey, we get a vote.
Okay. Oh, well.
Plague Tale.
I hate you all. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. God of War.
The amount of
God of
lunches
War,
about
just
to
go
eat in
on.
here. Let's just put God of
Just put God of War. It doesn't matter.
Real quick though, Life is Strange 2. Again, I love that game, and it was on my favorite games of last year.
Just haven't gotten around to it.
It's
One of these days.
worth your time just to. I mean, it's a complete again. Life is Strange is not a new type of game, but this story is a unique, and I think kind of important, especially right now. So that's all I'm going to say about Life is Strange 2. God of War is going to, however, destroy it. So God of War has already moved on.
God of War
Is one of our. I mean,
got a good way here.
It's gonna. I think it's gonna run some tables here.
Yeah.
Two of our game of the years are in this region.
Yeah.
Correct.
They are.
Which I was just thinking, I was like, damn, we should have done like our game of the years as the one seed in each region, but we're not doing Nintendo games. So
Oh, that's true.
That's I had the same thought. All right, the next matchup: number 8 seed Beat Saber against number 9. I'm sorry, Celeste.
Beat Saber.
Beat Saber. I played both Beat Saber.
I also
didn't
played
talk
both.
about it. I got the Linkin Park.
Oh,
track packs,
dude.
and
I saw
it's
your video.
Awesome.
Oh
and
my
hard.
God.
Really hard.
Next one, number 5, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, and number 12, Super Hot. I mean, Ori and the Will of the Wisps came out this year, by the way, everyone.
Yes.
So I'm definitely going to be talking about that one here and talking about it later. I really did enjoy Super Hot. I think it's such a fun, unique game, and like you get those. And the secret sauce, I think, for Super Hot is at the end of it when they show you just running in full speed mode and just like, I am awesome. I am the most
I'm
amazing
an action
thing.
movie star.
I have kicked everyone's ass.
Super hot.
It doesn't matter. That was my 13th
hot.
try at this. That 13th try looked amazing. But Ori and the Will of the Wisps, I love
so
that
beautiful.
type of game. I love how gorgeous it is. Honestly, the story, as minimalistic as it really is really beautiful. One of my favorite games of this year, and I'm going to vote for it.
Steak, did you vote?
The little bit I've played of Ori just is enough.
Okay.
Like I'm the only reason why I'm not continuing playing is because I'm waiting for the 120 frame,
Yes.
20 frame rate for
I'm
Series X
totally
later this year.
appreciate
Good. I don't need to vote.
that. Or it moves on.
It's one of those things like. Basically, my vote was going to depend on the arguments of you two because I played Super Hot. I'm not that passionate about it that if there's a good,
It's just
passionate
cool.
argument
Yeah,
behind
right.
Ori, that I'm going to be like, no,
Yeah,
no,
so
Super
cool,
Hot.
but-
was
The
not.
bad
Yeah.
part about this whole bracket thing is these are all good games.
Yeah.
So it's just
absolutely.
like we're almost like, especially later on, I think we're gonna be nitpicking
Oh,
like crazy.
yeah.
Most of them.
Most of them
I
are
got Black Ops 4 in there, and Madden 16 probably wasn't great. It's fine.
It was the best one.
It was a
and
Madden-
it was high enough rated. To make
It was a
points.
Madden. I'm pretty sure those scores were like 8-6, 8-5,
They were-
8-4,
They were,
8-1.
they were all within like 2 or 3 points. of each
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah,
Because
yeah.
it's the same game every fucking year.
Yeah.
other. 4 seed. This is gonna get messy. Inside against number 13 Moss.
Oh, let me start.
Go ahead.
Moss is so iconic. It is playing the first time I played that game. I just could not like I've enjoyed VR as we all know. I just love the concept. You know, you can call it what it is. I love my gimmicks, but Moss was one of the first games I played where I was like, this is awesome. If I just sat there and played this in front of my TV screen, it would have been an okay game. But because it was in VR, because of the way it worked in VR, it totally made that game just incredible, memorable. It made me, when I finished it, I was like, that's it?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? I need more.
Yeah.
I need more. And I'm still waiting for Moss
There
too.
should be. There should be more.
Yes.
I totally loved Moss too. Like I said, that the difference with that VR piece of it is like your interaction with Quill. It is like, you know, flicking the thing to like set, you know, to
High five.
and high fiving and just like all these little things that
Yeah.
like it's really just like a. It's a different type of experience you get from both games because you are like the VR piece of it isn't just like me doing a thing. It's like I really had a connection with Quill trying to get him through this
Yep.
through the journey. That being said, Inside is like a perfect 3 hours of video games, and like it took 7 years to make a 3-hour game. And I really think it showed. And I know I'm going to be sitting on an island on this one, and I understand that. But Inside is one of was my game of the year. The game that came out 3 years ago, whenever it was. And I still absolutely adore this game. I cannot wait for whatever they do next. But Inside gets my vote.
Yeah, I'm flipping a coin.
Oh no! Oh my god!
Actually, no. Here,
I was like, oh no!
We're both passionate about each
I know.
game.
And
that
I
we picked.
love both
so
games,
you're,
too.
So you're good. And I just never played Inside, honestly.
I would say I did play Inside.
I made you play
It was-
Inside
it was-
on my gift to you. I really did.
It was a good game. I got through most of it. I never went back to it. But it was a good game. I could see how someone could, love that. I never played Moss, unfortunately, so I guess Inside gets.
Oh no, Moss, you deserve better. You got a bad matchup.
It's okay, Moss. I love you.
Okay, I got Oregon's Inside next. Oh my god. All right,
Hey, you have fun with that.
Civ 6, Yakuza 0. I have played neither. You played a lot of Yakuza. You played a lot of Civ.
Yeah.
So there you go. So you're
So I need someone to convince me of where we're at.
Yakuza 0.
This is also like,
This is-
which is great because it's also like the 6th version of both these games.
Oh yeah. So Yakuza 0 was the reason why. God, the reason why it was so good is that we find like everyone knew who Goro Majima was, but no one like fully understood him. Everyone, it was always like, this is like some crazy wacko in this world. Like, what? Who is this guy? Like, we love him, but why do we love him?
Yeah.
And this game gave you the reason why. Like, it gave you this background story. You really learned who he was. I mean, then you also got to see a Kiryu from a different perspective, a younger Kiryu, going through what he was going through, and it's just like, okay, I get like where we're coming from the first one. It just was so good. Oh my! And then going back and forth playing between the two characters just felt so seamless, and then the way they brought them together, it just made that friendship so much better for the whole entire rest of the series.
What I have to say about Civ 6, I'm not making like a campaign speech or anything. It's a civilization game. So if you've played those before, you pretty much know what you're getting into. It was good to see them return to form after Beyond Earth, which was not that good. I'm not sure it was better than 5. Which
Okay.
5 wasn't this generation, but
Okay, I was just like, wait a second.
no. But I mean, it's good to see them get back to the historical figures and normal plotting out the land and building your stuff. It's a fun game. I really can't make an impassioned argument for it over Yakuza.
All right.
I mean, it's a game. There's no story to it. It's like we were talking about Flight Simulator earlier. It's a simulation.
Yeah, right.
Right.
I'm going to vote for Yakuza just because Moss lost.
I really appreciate that. This would have been 2 heartbreaks in a row.
You don't want Steak to check out.
Yeah, we got a lot. We got a lot to do here
it's
still.
fine.
We got to keep
It's
him on the
fine.
hook here. We have 2 more regions to get
It's
through.
okay.
All right.
I'm realizing I've been playing way too many games, so I played most of these.
All right. Number 3 seed, Marvel Spider-Man. Number 14 seed, Batman: The Enemy Within. As a resident Batman fan of this table, I'm picking Spider-Man.
Yep.
So I don't think that should
Agreed.
be any kind of real surprise here.
Nope.
That being said, go play Batman: The Enemy Within if you want like a really original, fun way to look at Batman.
That was season 2, right?
That was season 2.
I haven't played season 2
Season
yet.
2 is
I got to
great.
play through that.
And
And
let us
ends
know
it-
if it crashes on you a bunch
and
of times.
ends in a way that just kills me. They're not making anymore. All right, 7 seed Far Cry 5, 10 seed Titanfall 2. This is tough for me. I really enjoyed both these
Titanfall 2
games.
is really good. That campaign is awesome.
I did really love. I mean, Far Cry 5. I mean, being in like the Montana, going after a militia, and just like me, not really ever playing a Far Cry game before. I mean, that game got me into a series. Titanfall 2, I did really enjoy, but when I finished that game, I was like, oh, this is the end. And like it was just one of those things where it's like it had a really kind of cool. It had a couple really cool levels in it.
Yeah.
Some of the story it had some really memorable moments. But Far Cry 5, I just think is a better game as a whole because I really did enjoy it. I played through that game in a week. Beth was in Germany, and I played Far Cry 5 for like a week straight.
Oh, you're out of the country. I'm
And I just sat there and played Far
I'm gonna sit here in Middle America.
I'm fighting back a radical militia.
Exactly.
What are you doing overseas?
So I'm going to put my vote on Far Cry 5 on this one.
Well, I
As am
think
I.
that's
okay.
what I figured.
You're not getting 2 pity votes out of me. I'm sorry.
There's not a pity vote to be had here.
No,
I know,
that's
I'm
all right.
totally
No, that's it.
kidding.
That would-
All right, last one of this region, Control
Control.
against Division
Control.
2. Thank. Yep. All right.
I liked one of those games. I didn't like the other one.
That ends the Liberty City region.
I enjoyed Division 2. Actually, that was the most multiplayer I've put in a game in years. But Control.
All right. This is going to be
In spite of their choices on next gen upgrades, Control.
City 17 region. You know what that's a reference to, by the way?
No.
Steak, you know what that's a reference to? City 17, what that's a reference to? Half-Life 2. Anywho.
There's not a Half-Life game on this list.
I know this. Honestly, I picked all these games that didn't have any representation. There's
no Fallout in here?
No.
What?
There's no Fallout. There's no Half-Life. There's no I'm so tired.
Oh, what is it?
Rapture.
Yeah, what is it?
BioShock. No BioShock. No.
That's a you game. I know
No,
what game
I know.
it is.
No Grand Theft Auto. I was very specific. We had no hometown games in this.
I
in
wasn't
these
sure if you
brackets.
were referencing GTA with Liberty City. I feel like that's a city in multiple
It
games
might
at some
be.
point over time.
All right, so City 17 region, the number 1 overall seed was Persona 5. They will play the winner between the playing game of South Park Fractured Butthole and Infamous Second Son. The number 8 seed was Final Fantasy 7 Remake. Number 9 seed, Cuphead. Number 5 seed, Stardew Valley against Guacamelee 2, the number 12 seed. Number 4 seed is Fortnite, which I think was obligatory. I had to put in this thing. Against the number 13, MLB 19 The Show. 6 seed, Kingdom Hearts 3 against Rise of the Tomb Raider. Number 3 seed, I know, this is a bad one for Steak.
Don't worry, don't worry, he fucks me on the next one.
Oh my god!
Here's one for Art. The number 3 seed, Horizon Zero Dawn. 14 seed, Hitman Season 1. Number 7 seed, Borderlands 3 against number 10 seed, Dragon Quest 11. Number 2 seed, Shadow of the Colossus against number 15 seed, Death Stranding. So playing.
Jesus Christ.
I actually played a significant
Christ.
amount of the
Oh,
games in
good.
this region.
All right.
All right. So
It's like I played a bunch of games in this region, but then there's matchups where I played nothing of them.
good. Then you're good to go. So first, the playing game was South Park Fractured Butthole, and then the infamous Second Son. I think it's the only launch game I have in this thing, by the way.
Wow.
Yes, I played both of those to completion. My vote is for South Park. Infamous Second Son is a okay Infamous game. I don't know. The gameplay is good. The story and characters, I'm not really crazy. The story and primary character, I'm not crazy about. The other characters you meet, like the other superheroes or whatever you meet, are interesting, but like your tribe and that whole story is kind of boring.
I love the traversal. I loved some of the fighting. I totally on board with what you said about
the fighting.
The story,
got
though.
very repetitive.
Yeah,
Once you
near
figured
the
out
end.
something that worked, it worked every fight.
Yep.
South Park, the game was hilarious. The art style is perfect for South Park. They had the grid-based fighting in there, and you can get a little strategic with it, but it didn't kill you if you didn't get off the line up 3 guys and hit them all.
Right. Except for one battle.
The story's hilarious.
Oh, so good. It's so funny.
Yeah,
Punch myself.
South Park gets my vote.
Yep.
All right. I'm totally fine with that. South Park. All right. And then you go against Persona 5. I think you're the only person with an opinion on this one. Correct?
South Park.
I cannot allow a 16 seed. Persona 5. Yeah, I've been playing. I was going
South
through my
Park.
games and I was just about. I saw it and I was
South
like,
Mike, how much Persona have you played?
I need to get back into that now.
Mike, how much South Park have you played?
Neither. Me?
You didn't
I
play
didn't play the one.
What?
I didn't play the one.
Wow, you didn't play South Park? Oh,
I
wow.
never played the first one.
You don't need to
stick
play the
a
first one to.
Yeah, you don't have
do the
to.
second one.
I mean, like
There's
the first 5 minutes
yeah.
and that's it. And after that, it actually it doesn't even matter.
Oh
Like,
God, find that game for $5 somewhere.
I'm
seriously,
sure I can.
It's so good. It is really good. But
I
no,
can
but
have it on Switch if you don't want to put it on the TV with the kids around.
that's true. They do have it on Switch now. But yeah, Persona 5 is just oh god, 25 hours in and I'm only on the second dungeon.
All right. Persona 5
So
moves
good.
on. All right. Next one. Final Fantasy 7 Remake at the 8th seed. Cuphead, 9th seed.
No question here. Final Fantasy 7 remake, gorgeous.
You played both, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, Cuphead's great. I mean, it's so unique. And I'm not taking the difficulty into effect because it's one of those things where I know it's hard and it's okay. I'm sure about it. Yeah, I'm sure about it, but it's fine. But Final Fantasy, oh my god, it's gorgeous. I lost sleep for 2 weeks to beat it. And I'm craving the next one.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 7.
Okay. I still haven't played Final Fantasy 7.
Oh my god.
And I still won't.
No.
Yep. That's what happened next. All right. 5th seed, Stardew Valley against the 12th seed, Guacamelee 2. I love Guacamelee 1 and 2. Stardew Valley is probably a more widely played game. Probably a more important, I don't say important game, but more beloved than Guacamelee 2. But I thought Guacamelee 2 did everything Guacamelee did 1 better and had those really fun difficulty spikes that made me feel awesome when I got to the end of them. So I'm voting Guacamelee 2, but I wouldn't be sad either way because I did really enjoy Stardew Valley as well.
I'm voting Stardew Valley. It was a great way for me to kill like 25 hours over the span of 2 weeks. It was a perfect shut off your brain, mindless go through and play game. That and Guacamelee is discriminatory towards colorblind people.
You didn't even try the
Not
colorblind
2.
mode.
No, I didn't. Are there still colors?
I was saying not 2.
They're different. Yeah,
There are colors. There's a colorblind mode.
but there's like an aura around them that have different shapes. So you just gotta see what the shape is.
It's on Game Pass.
It's not on Game Pass.
Oh,
I don't think it is.
if it ever comes to Game Pass, I'll check.
the first one was. I don't know
It
if
was.
the second one did.
The color stuff is what made me quit playing the first one.
Fair enough. Guacamelee 2 is hilarious, fun, and enjoyable.
So we're picking Guacamelee.
Yes.
When you get the main, I won't say complaint about Guacamelee 1 was just how memey it was. Like when they had all those signs. I thought those were kind of fun.
I enjoyed them.
There is because you go to these different, they call it the Mexiverse. There's the different multiverses that you go into in 2. And one of them that you go into is they call it the Dank universe, whatever it is, and it's just memes. It's just meme everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's just
Yeah.
it's just
It's
so
so good.
self-aware and brilliant. This is an interesting one. 4-seed Fortnite against MLB 19 The Show, which is the highest rated MLB game. 13th seed. I don't know what I mean.
MLB 19 because fuck Fortnite.
All right,
Yeah, actually,
fine.
that was going to be my exact reasoning.
Not so interesting after all.
It is a good baseball game. I would say it was the best baseball game out there. It's the only baseball game out there. If you're looking for a baseball sim to play, even if it had a competitor, it would probably be. I would think it would probably be better than what the competition was. I mean, it's not. They don't pull the Madden card where they just don't do shit year after year to improve their game. They strive to make improvements, and they put out a high quality game every year.
Agreed. All right, this is the stake matchup. Kingdom Hearts 3 at the 6th seed, Rise of the Tomb Raider at 11.
Did you play Rise?
I did.
Okay.
That's when I would have 100%. I would have 100% of that game if it wasn't for that one first missable collectible in the
first
very
5
first
in the first 5 minutes that you can't go.
Yep.
You can't go back to.
Yep. Which is
You
garbage.
just restart the game, can't you?
I didn't realize that.
You get all the collectibles in one place.
Yep.
Correct. And then realized it was missing until it was way too long.
In my head, I heard missing collectible. I thought missable trophy.
So
Stunned silence.
this is tough, but as much as it kills me, I got to give it to Rise of the Tomb Raider only because I enjoy Kingdom Hearts 3. I understand the issues with it people have and everything, but Rise was just oh my god.
Rise
I
was
played
so
so much
good.
that like the first week it came out on Xbox, I could not stop.
Yeah, I got into that one a little bit later. I played both. I mean, I played the original Tomb Raider reboot way late. I played it on the PlayStation 4 after it was on the PlayStation 3
Definitive
originally,
Edition?
and then
Okay.
came out on 4.
Yeah.
And then I played Rise after Shadow came out.
Okay.
I never still haven't played Shadow. I guess I gotta wait 3 years for that.
Shadow's good.
So-
really good.
Yeah, I would have. I mean, I only have one dog in this fight anyway. But here we go. Art. This is the art one.
Yeah.
Number 3 seed, Horizon Zero Dawn, Hitman Season 1.
Horizon Zero Dawn is probably my favorite game of this generation.
I am also going Horizon,
I love what they've done with the Hitman series, but this is not even a close
and
competition in mind.
I feel like I owe Horizon 1 after I gave it the Shaft game of the year.
Your vote there doesn't count as the one you owe it, okay?
All right, well, Borderlands 3 against Dragon Quest 11. You guys just go ahead and talk, and or should I just I didn't play either one. I don't have a passion for either one of the series. I'm gonna have to pick one because I was the who made that rule.
I say it totally comes down to you on this one.
I mean, do you want us to make our cases? Or you want the coin flip app?
Flip the coin. I don't want to hear your shit. This is Borderlands 3. It's a tail, my friend.
Let's do over.
That's a 2-over.
The first one's a warm up. Second count.
Steak needed a winner there.
Bullshit.
He got one.
Dairy Queen 11. All right. This is an interesting one. Shadow of the Colossus, which doesn't count because it was from ground up, so I guess it's in here. And Death Stranding. I love me some Death Stranding.
I'll say I feel like these are you games.
This is the one for me. Like you had the one with the Horizon Hitman, you had the one for Kingdom Hearts and Rise. So this was definitely me. I love Shadow of the Colossus. I played it on PlayStation 2. I played it on PlayStation 3, and I've only played a little bit on PlayStation 4.
I haven't started the PS4 one yet.
So like I think that's also kind of telling that I didn't feel like I need to play it again. And I said like Death Stranding was one of those things where it's just like I don't know. For the first 30 hours I was playing the game, I was like, why am I liking this so much? And then I finally get to the realization where it's just like it's the planning, it's the prep, it's the like struggle, despite all your planning and prep, and then it's the victory over the struggle and like feeling like I did the right thing. I did, and on top of it, all the different kind of random elements of like finding those boxes and finding those things and the story ended up being really touching, and I actually really did enjoy the story once it made sense because it somehow actually made sense when you play the whole thing.
Good job, Kojima.
So
you did it. You finally did it.
there's a lot of barrenness to the whole thing too, because like I said, there's a whole lot of nothing going on.
Yeah.
In between some of these sites, but there's a lot if you want it to be. Like I said, I was like on a mission to build the road from coast to coast. Like I wanted to build that road, and I got pretty close, honestly. Personally, I'm picking Death Stranding because it's a new game, and Shadow's been around for a while, and I think Shadow had his time in the sun, and I don't know. I'm picking Death Stranding.
Okay.
Any objections? I guess.
I no objections. No, because that's I need to one of these days get back to it. That's one of those games. It actually surprised me. It ended up being better than I anticipated.
And I almost think like those like lukewarm reviews help me.
Yep.
Because like, I mean, some of the reviews were also really good though too. So it's just like I think it's really hit me at a good time. I was kind of in the mood for something new and different. I really did enjoy the gameplay on top of everything else, and like I said, it's so hard to explain all the reasons I love it, but like it just kept surprising me.
Yep.
Okay. Megaton region.
Just blow it up.
Number 1 seed, Last of Us Part 2. They will play the winner of the playing game of Judgment and Dying Light. Here's mine.
Dying Light got the raw end of the stick in this thing.
I agree. What Remains of Edith Finch and Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. Those were like number 3 and 4 in my game of the year from like a few years back. One of our collective games of the year, Ratchet and Clank, is going up against Apex Legends. The number 4 seed Dreams is going against Batman Arkham Knight at the 13th seed. Astrobot Rescue Mission is the number 6 seed going against Mortal Kombat X, which is the highest rated one of the Mortal Kombat games. This is the 11th seed Bloodborne. 3 seed against Gears 5, which is a 14 seed. Injustice 2, both of the NetherRealm ones end up being in this bracket.
That's great.
Injustice 2 against it was the number 7 seed against Doom for the 10th seed. Resident Evil 2 Remake is the number 2 seed against Eve. 5, 6, 7, 8. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Adrian's Revenge. It's actually Rocky 7.
It was Rocky 7. You were correct. It's a 15 seed. All right. So the playing game is Judgment and Dying Light.
We all know my vote.
I know your vote too. I've only played one of these, so I gotta pick Dying Light.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter because Last of Us 2 is eating the lunch on this one. I'm gonna write it down to make it official.
Poor Dying Light.
I feel like Dying Light should have been a playing game.
It's
I know it's according to the numbers. I just say
honestly, I think that might be one that shouldn't have technically been on here, and I think I added it on just for giggles. I can't write us. Okay.
You could just write TLOU2.
I know. Yeah. It's fine. I'm gonna write it for the next one.
That's fine. Just be less efficient.
What Remains of Edith Finch against Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice is a punch in my balls because I love both of those games. I love them both for very different reasons. You know, What Remains of Edith Finch tells a beautiful story, a very unique story from multiple different kind of points of view. There's a lot going on in that house that you're like. There's not a wasted space in that house that isn't a piece of environmental storytelling. Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. I love that story. I never, the word immersion gets thrown around a lot. I don't know if I've ever been more immersed in a game than I was in Hellblade. I get the 3D sounds and this like the way that everything's flashing and the gameplay is really, all those things all building together to, kind of give you the same feelings and anxieties and all those feelings that come with being, with schizophrenia that is Senua's problem. And then also looking great and playing fun and everything else along the way. You know what I mean? Oh, God. I don't know what to do here.
Well, I'll put one in for Hellblade.
Okay. Duly noted. I don't think... did you play in one of these?
Played Hellblade.
Is your vote for Hellblade?
I don't know.
You're just making me pay
No,
attention.
I liked a lot about. I liked a lot of things about Hellblade, but there were things I really didn't like about Hellblade.
Yeah.
That's one of those things. Like it's the only one of the two I played. It has a lot of positives. It also has some negatives that led to me not finishing the game.
I'm picking Hellblade. Oh.
Not that it matters for the next round, anyways.
It doesn't. that's why I'm not going to waste too much time on this. What Remains of Edith Finch is a wonderful, beautiful game. I think it was on Game Pass for a while.
I think so. I think it might still might be there. I think it still is.
Go
there.
play that game. It is a walking sim and things like that, but it is. Take your time, look around, really think about what you're doing. It was really beautiful. All right, Ratchet and Clank, Apex Legends. I think I'm the only person that has any love for Apex Legends on this table. And that being said, I would still pick Ratchet and Clank.
Yep.
I'll say I played both. I loved Ratchet and Clank. Apex Legends was really interesting when it first came out. The gameplay was too fast for my liking, and over time, it just turned into another free-to-play battle royale.
Yeah, I got a lot. I mean, I got a lot of wins in that first week, and I didn't get one cents because everyone just got really good.
Yeah.
All right,
You have a job, and they don't.
exactly. All right, number 4 seed Dreams against the 13 seed Batman Arkham Knight. I'm not voting against Batman twice.
You learned that lesson in life once already?
And I mean, Dreams is
Last time you voted for Harvey Dent, see how that turned out?
I vote for him now.
Any worse than what's going on?
I mean, I love Dreams, and it does 5 million things, but
My question on that is still: is it a game?
that's there is a single player
Yeah.
aspect to it, I guess, which I haven't even touched or looked at.
Yeah.
But I mean, the Arkham games are great. Batman Arkham Knight, I think, is the worst out of all of them,
It's
including
the
Origins,
weakest out of all of them. Absolutely.
and it's still really good.
Yeah.
There's still moments in that game I absolutely adore.
Just get rid of the stupid.
Too much Batmobile.
Yes,
Too
the
much.
Batmobile missions. Get rid of that crap. And
Why am I
that
playing-
game would be way better.
Deathstroke. Why am I fighting Deathstroke in a tank? Why is Deathstroke in a fucking tank?
But yeah, we gotta give Batman some love here.
I love it. Okay.
And I agree. I don't know if Dreams is actually a game. I enjoy what it does, but I don't know if it's a game.
Astrobot Rescue Mission comes in at the 6th seed against Mortal Kombat X, the 11 seed.
Steak, I think you're probably the deciding vote on this.
That's a tough one.
Oh, Mike, what would you say?
That's a tough
I would
I,
be
one.
Astrobot.
I still haven't played Astrobot yet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so Steak, you're the deciding vote. 'Cause
Astrobot's amazing.
You've played both, and you have the most experience with both. Probably.
Yeah, I love both so much. 10 was Mortal Kombat 10. It was like holy shit! Like it was a huge step up.
Yeah, 9
from
was-
9
9
was
was
great.
good.
I love 9.
Yeah.
but this was like, oh, okay, we are next gen Mortal Kombat. Like you had that, you felt it, and I just, oh my god, I loved it so much. I loved everything they did with it. But Astrobot is just so iconic in the VR world, and it was just so much fun. Fuck, I don't know.
Like I said, for a year, if I had someone who hadn't played VR, experienced VR, that's the game I would have slapped the PSVR on him and said, "Here, check this out."
I got to agree with that. Oh god, this kills me.
I'm like-
let's go with Astrobot.
Nah.
This kills me.
Number 3 seed Bloodborne against 14 seed Gears 5. This is also one on me. Have you played either?
I played like 5 minutes of Gears 5, maybe. And it was just
I've played both.
just kind of to check out the visuals.
Bloodborne's my white whale. I have said that multiple times on this thing. I played it once. I didn't get it. I bounced off it. I decided to give it a second chance. I got it. I loved it. I had my gallbladder explode and then I moved. And then I didn't play it for a month and I
So
lost it
what you're
again.
saying is it almost killed you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
more or less. So and I was I was at least halfway through the game, and that game is huge.
Yeah, it's
Speaking of just Souls-like games, Mortal Shell is supposed to be like a 12-hour game.
it's supposed to be amazing.
It's supposed to be amazing, like 12-hour Souls-like.
Yeah,
I think I'm in.
Yeah.
Anyway, Gears 5, I did really enjoy. I know when at the time I was talking about I wished, Kate was her name, right? Mm-hmm. I always think is it Kate or Kat, but that's Kate. I wish Kate played a little bit differently. I felt like that could have been anybody in that suit. And
Sure.
I really kind of wish she played a little bit differently, but I really did enjoy 5. I think, but again, it did the same thing. It was just like, all right, we're setting up the next one. It's like, just get to the end of something. Get to a definitive something and try something different. You know what I mean? I just feel like I'm always gearing up. Like this thing. Oh, this terrible thing happened. I fought against it. Hey, all right, we're pushing them back. All right, now it's time for the big fight. Like, oh no, something bad happened. I fought him back. All right, now it's time for the big fight. And I was like, it feels like this. That's Gears 4. That's Gears 5. That's,
Yeah.
it's like I just kind of wish they had some kind of more rounded, definitive story.
Yeah.
Especially because this is supposed to be more, zeroing in on Kate.
Right.
So, me personally, I think I'm going to pick Bloodborne.
I think I'm just gonna go Gears 5 just because it got me back into.
Flip the coin.
Yeah.
Flip the
Yeah, it's
coin.
gonna be, I was gonna be a flip coin, yeah, for you, yeah. Because it actually got me back in the Gears here. I didn't I don't know.
It's
I had
great.
a hard time getting into 4, but 5, I was in, and I was like, this is great.
I was not. I said when I played 4, I didn't really like the new cast of characters because
Yeah.
I didn't really get back into 4 until Marcus came back into the fold, and he's
yeah.
a lot in the fold in 5 right away.
Yeah.
And it's like you're not really playing as him, and he's not that super great character. But I just I think 5 from beginning to end was just and the open world stuff and things
Yeah.
like that. I just really liked it. What you got?
Gears 5.
Damn it!
Woo.
I did best 2 out of 3 flips. Higher seed was head, lower seed was tails.
Fair
It was
enough.
tails twice.
All right, number 7 seed Injustice 2 against Doom. That's another tough one. I love me some Injustice 2. I did not like all the loot boxing in Injustice 2 though.
I can't vote twice against NetherRealm. I can't.
You can.
No, I can't.
You can.
It would kill me.
It did give me a chance to play as Red Hood though as well.
It would kill me.
And
Injustice 2 took Mortal Kombat 10 and the loot boxes were one thing, but it was one of those things where I never felt like I needed to
Well, it was all gear, and
right.
and it really didn't make that big of a difference overall.
right. And I mean, it was actually kind of fun to acquire, with the way they did
yeah.
it. You know what I mean? The way they did it
towers,
it was
the events.
hard.
Yeah.
Some of them were really tough, but it was fun. It was a fun way of doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, Doom is just so good though. It's incredible. They did an amazing job with Doom. I got to put a point towards Injustice 2 though.
That scored higher than Doom Eternal?
Yeah, it did.
Wow. Well,
Does it?
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone is
Okay.
aware, but Doom Eternal's out. I hear no one talking about Doom Eternal.
No,
like
it's
I just got buried in whatever happened.
I prefer Doom over Doom Eternal, just for the reference.
You even play Injustice 2? I'm assuming you're picking
I
Doom.
think I played it here once.
And
Wait, with that stream.
I
Oh, that's
suck-
right.
and I suck at fighting games.
Yeah.
I'm doing Injustice 2 because I actually finished that game. I didn't finish Doom. Sorry, Art.
I did not have a big investment one way or the other.
You are so invested. You don't even know.
I played Doom, but it has awesome music.
All right. Resident Evil 2 Remake against these 8.
I played one of those games.
I played one of those games.
I play both. I thoroughly enjoy Ys 8, but it's Resident Evil 2.
Okay. Good. All right. That is the end of the first round.
Oh my
Ladies
God.
and gentlemen.
Jesus Christ.
Then we need to start tracking this.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Well, while we're transitioning here, I'm off topic. One thing. My kid hates loot boxes.
Good.
I got him some Lego minifigures.
Yeah.
They're like DC figures.
Yeah.
And there's in the packages, and whatever he does a good thing. He gets to pick a package and open it up, and he tells me one day he's like, "I don't like the Legos in the bags." He's like, "I'd rather pick the ones where I know what I'm getting." I'm like, yes,
Smart
Yes!
kid. Smart
That's going
kid.
to save you so much money, let me tell you.
Fucking blind bags.
All right. We are in the next round of the Rapture
They're
region.
all a DC superhero villain. It's not like you lose.
Yeah.
They're fucking.
Well, sure.
They're Lego guys.
Yeah.
You can never have enough Lego guys if you're into Legos.
That is true.
I'm pretty sure he has Superman wearing fucking Joker's head at this point.
I like it.
All right. Second round, Rapture region. First matchup, Red Dead Redemption 2 against Tales from the Borderlands. I'm putting on a cape for Red Dead Redemption 2, and I'm not taking it off anytime soon.
Tales from the Borderlands.
I know.
I mean, I
Go with your heart.
gotta give it to Red Dead.
Oh, that's not what I thought were going to happen there.
It's what I expected. It's like in my opinion, the Western genre, which Red Dead Redemption is, and Tales from the Borderlands are just so complete opposite. 'Cause the
They are.
Western genre to me is just so And like even the way some of that game is described, it's so slow moving and dry. And Tales from the Borderlands is just full of color and humor and action. And
The game, Red Dead is not dry at all, especially when you're talking about walking around your camps.
and
there's this-
I get this guy telling me it's really boring going from action sequence to action sequence.
I could not disagree more.
Now, if this was a remake of Gun, we'd be in a different story
My
because
God.
Gun was awesome.
Guns.
Still my favorite Western game of all time.
Let's redo Black while we're at it.
We should actually.
What about
Black,
Mag?
everyone loves Black, and literally
Black's amazing.
Black, the entire game, it should have been called Red, because all you do in that game is find the red barrel and shoot it. That's the entire.
Pretty
That's
much.
all Black.
I think
is.
you just you just talk about a lot of first-person shooters for the past 20 years. Oh, hey, a red barrel. I wonder if that explodes. Yup,
That's
sure
all it
does.
is. That's all that game is. All right. Anyway, number 5 seed Return of the Obra Dinn against number 4 seed Rainbow Six Siege.
Going with Art on this one.
So much pain in my heart. Am I writing down Rainbow Six on
Yeah,
this
you
one?
are.
I understand.
I mean, come on, going in your new stake was the deciding vote on that one.
I'm aware. I'm so concerned about the next one.
Oh, the next one too. Ooh, I better start thinking about that now.
All right.
Yeah, that's something to think about here.
Number 11 seed Wolfenstein 2. 3 seed Metal Gear Solid 5.
Wolfenstein.
Wolfenstein.
I'm gonna agree with you, gentlemen.
Granted, I never played. Nothing against Metal Gear Solid 5,
No,
which I haven't
yeah.
played. I think Wolfenstein 2 might be one of the underrated games of the.
It's
100%.
really great.
100%.
It's really, really great. And I'm glad we're getting another.
You guys are going to
chance to
convince
talk
me otherwise to change my mind on that one, I think.
about it now. Okay. Number 10 seed Rocket League against number 2 seed Uncharted 4. Uncharted 4 with a
Yeah.
bullet.
Uncharted 4.
Okay. This isn't so hard. We're moving.
Well, it's like
I have a feeling this is the round that's not going to be. It's going to get harder after that. This is going to be the somewhat
first
easy
time
round.
through. Like we gave explanations on a lot of
Yeah,
our
right,
Yeah.
and like a lot. We haven't really had an argument here. It's been either unanimous or it's 1-1, and the third person has their mind made up.
Right.
The third person, I think, being Steak every time so far.
That's okay.
Liberty City Region. First matchup. Number 1 seed God of War. Number 8 Beat Saber. God of War.
It's.
Yeah.
I love Beat Saber. Gotta work.
Honestly, I'm not gonna bother saying my vote because I know where this is going.
And he said I absolutely adore Beat Saber.
Here's where Mike struggles.
Figure this one out.
Mike, yeah.
Give us your internal monologue that's going on while you look at this.
My babies. Number 5 Ori the Will of the Wisps against 4 seed Inside. God, that's all I got. My original thought is like Ori is a more beautiful game. I think it does. I mean, I enjoy how much different things you can do as Ori and all the different ways you can play. They figured out that like side scrolling, not only just the battling, but the side scrolling. Almost 2 side scrolling games too right now, which is crazy. The battling and just like the amount of that world you open up in Will of the Wisps, it's just so diverse, and there's so much to see and so much to do. And you know, as a complete package, it just does more than Inside does. But Inside in that smaller package is just brilliant. Holy balls!
We also got to think about it. Is it going to matter?
It's not, but I wanna. I mean, this is an ink stake.
Fair enough. Fair enough. No, you're right. You're right. It's true.
It's for pride. One of
It
these
is. It
franchises
really
could
is.
say they made it to the Sweet 16.
That's a good point.
I mean, Ori's going to be on my top 5 list unless something really astonishing happens, but it's not going to be number 1. Inside was number 1. Oh my god. God, Ori is so good. I'm picking Inside.
Okay.
Ori.
Fucking Christ. I just locked my phone. I got to pull the app up again.
Can Inside win once again via a coin flip?
Oh, shit, what I just clicked? Netflix, that's not what I want.
We watched Netflix. They had a new video game documentary on Netflix, by the way. The new one. They have like a toys that made us for video games.
Yeah.
It should be coming out some. If it's not out now, it should be coming sometime soon.
Nice.
God, this is killing me.
What's lower seed?
Lower seed to Ori.
Ori.
It's not gonna matter. I'm gonna.
For the Sweet 16
For the 2 out of 3,
I
they came
know.
tails all 3 times.
Oh, it's meant to be. All right. number 11 seed Yakuza 0 against number 3 seed Marvel Spider-Man.
I know it's going to win Yakuza, but it's fine.
Spider.
Because the more I think about Spider-Man, the less I like it.
Ooh. I said,
It's so repetitive.
If-
I cannot, like, I don't know why I didn't realize it when I was playing it, but it's so repetitive.
Because
I feel vindicated
I
in my
mean-
top 5 list. I'm putting it like 4th or 5th or whatever.
Because even though it's repetitive, it's fun the whole time.
It is. I love that
It's
combat.
illegal for completion.
Number 7, Far Cry 5 against number 2, Control.
Ooh.
Control.
I talked a lot about Far Cry 5, but I do love me some Control.
Going Control.
Ooh, man, that's gonna be
Control is
God.
Control is a better experience. Far Cry 5 is
Both-
another Far Cry game, but with
Love both those
different
worlds.
setting, different protagonists.
I love both those worlds, but Controls was just so. I just crawled around trying to find every piece of information in the old house, just trying to everything I could possibly find on it. Once again, I have no dog in this fight. City 17 region first
I
battle.
feel like I honestly feel as like this is Steak. I mean, it might come down to a coin flip, but Steak's the one who's tortured over this.
Persona 5, number 1 seed against number 8 seed Final Fantasy 7.
The only
Remake.
reason I think I have to go with Final Fantasy 7 is because I just have not finished Persona 5 yet, and I've enjoyed. Persona 5 is absolutely incredible, but it's like it doesn't stay that way. I don't know yet. Like I just I have to go with Final Fantasy 7.
I will vote for a part of a game.
This is making me sick.
Hey, it's the way the bracket plays.
I know. I'm playing.
And you haven't played it yet. So you don't
I'm not
know.
going to play it. They can eat my ass.
I'll loan you mine.
Oh, for free. I should buy it used as a fuck.
I was just say you could just borrow mine.
I don't. I got so many other things to do. I do kind of want to play it though. Anyway, all right, we got too much to do. Guacamelee 2 again. There's a number 12 seed against MLB 19 to show at 13. Oh, classic 12 versus 13 seed. Here.
Nice. Cinderella story's continuing.
I'm picking
Guacamelee.
Guacamelee.
I would give it to Guacamelee. I mean, the only reason MLB's here is got matched with Fortnite.
All right. Rise of the Tomb Raider, the number 11. We had a lot of upsets in this one. Number 11 seed Rise of the Tomb Raider against Horizon Zero Dawn. Horizon gets my vote.
I'm only one.
Horizon's
I'm
Horizon
only
is
one
better.
Rise.
Rise is great. Horizon is just great, better. All right, Dairy Queen 9 or 11. Dragon Quest against Death Stranding. I only play one of these games, so I'm picking Death Stranding.
I gotta pick Dragon Quest.
Flip the coin. Flip the. Yeah, man, it's.
I'm getting my money's worth out of this
You
app.
really are. How many coins you pay for it?
0.
Good.
Ooh. Coming down to the third flip.
Ah!
Higher seed.
No, Dairy Queen wins.
It's the higher seed?
It is 10. Death Stranding is a 15 seed, sir.
Jesus Christ.
Well, the reviews were so mixed on it.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
All right, Last of Us Part 2, Hellblade.
Last of Us.
I love me some Hellblade, but it's gonna be Last of Us.
What did Death Stranding beat in the first round?
Shadow of the Colossus. It'd be an old game. See?
Okay, that's just
They got the joke.
That's a
two
case.
seed.
It's a case of some bad seeding, is what that is.
Yeah.
I know. I did.
Where it was. All right, Ratchet and Clank against Batman Arkham Knight.
I only played one of these games, and I really liked it.
Yeah. I can't vote against Ratchet.
For record, I'm voting Batman.
Because you can't vote against Batman twice. Would you have voted Batman if I went up against The Last of Us?
No, absolutely not. All right, Astrobot against Gears 5.
Astro.
Astrobot.
Astrobot. Injustice 2 against Resident Evil 2 remake.
You guys can fight about this.
I'm not
I'll
fighting.
get ready to flip a coin.
Resident Evil 2 is where I'm landing on this one.
Injustice.
Oh no, these coins.
Boy, I'm so glad.
Injustice 2 was just so good.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Deathrum just like hit it on the head with that one.
Resident Evil.
Yes.
Came down to the third flip again.
Man, this is really tense.
I'm starting to get some variance in here.
All right. Round of, what is it, 16 here. In the Rapture region, number 1 seed, Red Dead Redemption 2. against the Cinderella story of number 4 seed Rainbow Six Siege.
Number 4 seed's not a Cinderella story.
It shouldn't even been on this list, Art.
I didn't put it at a 4 seed.
Well, I think I am vindicated right now with them making it
Rainbow
so
Six
far.
has some. Yeah, it's worked out well for them.
The Messenger, Return of the Obra Dinn, is defeated to make it to Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm still wearing my cape of Red Dead 2.
Rainbow Six.
Oh my god.
It's gotta be Red Dead. Oh. Sorry, Art.
I'll remember that.
I know.
Clementine,
I'm
I'll
sorry.
remember this.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, what didn't make it on this list was Walking Dead Season 4, by the way. It was not rated highly enough. Wolfenstein 2, which was the 11 seed against the number 2 seed Uncharted 4.
Oh.
Ooh.
This is a tough one.
Not for me. Wolfenstein.
I mean, I absolutely love me some Uncharted 4. I don't know how they managed to end it perfectly, but they did. Art played both these games, and
I really like both of them too.
and he is not allowed to flip a coin on this one. That's the
Nope.
That's fine.
Nope. You gotta make a
Well,
decision,
if you
boy.
If you play these
I'm
games,
okay with that. Flipping a coin I'm using for like games I
100%.
really have no
Oh,
opinion
no,
on.
for sure.
I have zero problem with that. But you play both these
I
games,
did.
sir.
Does that mean you're? I know you're going Uncharted.
I'm picking Uncharted.
Fuck. I know the silence is great for audio, but I'm trying to think here. I'm trying to think of something.
It's the tension.
Something differentiating these two games that could set one apart from the other.
Yeah, they're very different.
They are.
Who do you think killed more people?
I'm going for Wolfenstein.
Woo!
Mainly because there's two things I just thought of in Uncharted that I didn't like. I didn't like how they shoved the sliding mechanic down your throat.
Okay.
I also didn't like how they turn Elena from the like cool, I'm in on everything, to the kind of almost not obsessive, but like controlling significant other rather than the character she was in the earlier games.
All right.
I know it's nitpicking, but I
We-
hit
we-
that.
I
I
think
hit
we got
that.
to.
I
Oh,
hit that
at
point
this
with those
point, we
games.
have to. I was saying, at a certain point, we're going to have to. Yeah.
All right.
That's two games I very easily could have put in my final.
Yeah.
Liberty City region. God of War, Ori, and the Will of the Wisps.
God of War.
God of War. And I love Ori.
Oh, yeah.
Ori.
Yeah.
You might like Ori if you played it.
I think you would.
God, no, why again?
Next one. Spider-Man and Control. I'm picking Control.
Okay, that solves it then. Because he's going Control because he just said how much he more and more he doesn't
Oh.
get Spider-Man as he thinks back on it.
Sorry, Art.
Hey, I don't care. That makes things easier for me because there's another one I like both of them. So
I still enjoy the Spider-Man story. It was just the gameplay. I know, like, more and more think about it. It's like,
Honestly, like I have found myself just booting up Spider-Man just to swing around for no good reason. But I just everything about Control I absolutely adore. All right, City 17 region. We got the number 8 seed Final Fantasy VII remake against the number 12 seed Cinderella story
I have a feeling I'm having a hard time with Elite Eight here.
Guacamelee 2. I've only played one of these, and I love it.
this is where I finally drop Guacamole and go for Final Fantasy.
I only played one of these, and it was good. Final Fantasy.
You're fine, because the next round you're going to win. Like that.
Oh,
you're going to
Horizon against Dairy Queen 11. It's a joke that keeps on giving. And it's Horizon.
It is.
It isn't, but fine.
Horizon's the best game of this generation.
It isn't, but fine.
Art has planted that flag. Planted with his finger.
Yep.
All right.
That's the.
All right. Then we got the Megaton region.
Oh god.
Number 1 seed, Last of Us Part 2 against the number 5 seed, Ratchet and Clank. I'm not even hesitating to say Last of Us.
I'm hesitating.
I'm not judging.
I am super hesitating right
Oh,
now.
I'll just to make this even harder for you. I'm gonna say Ratchet.
It's only played.
Son of a bitch.
It's only played.
It is. It's one of those things. Like, I'm sure when I do play Last of Us, I'm going to like it. But like I've said before, I know that's going to be like a story that pulls me in, and I just don't have the energy for that right now.
It's draining.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
a draining game.
Exactly. And
Fuck.
I would say, and you enjoy the story heavy games, and you're telling me it's draining.
I'm
much more of I'm going to play this game and shut my brain off while I play and enjoy life for a few minutes here.
It's so many things.
And Ratchet is exactly one of those games I can sit there and shut my brain off and enjoy life for a few hours.
And it's Ratchet's the exact opposite. You just you can jam on square.
Yeah. I don't know if you can just jam on square, but
You gotta press X every once in a while. You gotta jump.
you gotta jump, you gotta use your jetpack.
That's true. That's true.
Sometimes you gotta shoot shit, throw stuff. God, it's like you've never even played the game.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
God, Steak is really,
Shit.
really laboring over here.
I gotta go with Ratchet.
Oh no!
I have to just. Oh my god.
Right in my face.
Ratchet's so great.
Listen,
It's
you
so
can't you
good.
can't wear a cape for 2 games, Mike.
It's so good.
Wait, what? You're correct. My Oberdin cape was killed by a team of 5 mercenaries. All right.
Should have been standing there.
I was behind the wall. I thought it was safe. Astrobot, which was the number 6 seed, against Resident Evil 2, the 2 seed, Resident Evil 2 Remake. Once again, I have not played Astrobot. I know I will probably absolutely adore it when I do, but Resident Evil 2 gets my vote.
Steak played both.
Steak to play
I
both.
did.
Steak's have to figure this out again.
Steak's got to take a lap, man. He's got
Steak needs to stop playing fucking games. Steak needs to stop buying every game that comes out. Oh shit.
Here we go. Beloved franchise, Resident Evil. Or the
All right,
darling,
so you're-
darling upstart
Yeah.
of Astrobot.
VR sweetheart.
Yep. Steak is a VR sweetheart.
I am.
Gory horror game
Which is why I-
versus cutesy robot.
Could this possibly be more different?
I gotta go with my VR love.
This bracket has
Mike
been
just
brutal
got
for me.
killed from this region.
I'm out of the pool. All right. We're in the 8, gentlemen. Elite 8. Rapture Region Final. Red Dead Redemption 2 against Wolfenstein 2. I continue to wear my cape for Red Dead 2.
I
Cape
continue to
ends.
vote against Red Dead.
I'm
This is-
aware.
I am,
the second
I
I
am
saw
finally voting
the
against
second
Red
Uncharted
Dead.
4 loss, I was like, balls.
Well, look at the games that what was the playing game that Red Dead went against?
Star Wars.
Okay, so past the first round, all the games Red Dead's gone against are games I legitimately thoroughly enjoy.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Against one that just even the setting bores me. Just the concept of Western. I'm like, I'm out.
All right, Wolfenstein moves on. It is the Cinderella story of this bracket. It is the 11 seed,
Going to
making
the
it
Final
to the
Four.
final 4. Wolfenstein 2, Liberty City Region Final, God of War, and Control.
I've only played one of these. That's good. You guys got to sort this one out.
Oh, no question. God of War.
Mike, yeah, sort this one out.
I guess it's my turn.
Yeah, you struggle.
Yeah, for me, no question. God of War. If somehow that moves on, I'm fucked.
You know what?
What moves on? God of War?
What-
Oh.
What's super interesting about God of War and my journey with it is I played that game via remote play on my upstairs computer because that was the only because I just really didn't have access to the TV at the time. I played literally probably the last 10 hours of that game via that,
Wow.
and I still loved it.
I didn't even get to enjoy all the beauty of it. I still loved it.
I was playing it at a lower at 540p, but
When I got my Pro, that's one of the first things I did was I played a little bit of God of War just so I can feel it. Oh my god! But Control also has the story for me where I played a third of it and I had to replay it again. Did I ever tell you about that with Red Dead Redemption 2? By the way, now that it's out, I can tell the story. So I played the first half hour of the game, and something came up at the house, so I had to stop playing it. There's no save points in that first section of the game, so I had to replay it again.
That's right.
So I had to replay it again. So I'm playing it through. Power flicker, just like you're talking about your thing. So I played the first half hour of that game 3 times.
Oh, that's what I'm on track for with Last of Us 2.
Well,
so.
good. And you're gonna. It's gonna be one of your favorite games of all time.
Yeah.
Apparently, that's how this works now. I mean, Jesus Christ, these are my last 2 games of the year. I'm picking God of War. It is.
You just really wanted to fuck steak on that one, didn't you?
Yes. No. It was honestly what it came down to was that
It's steak. You are going to be the deciding vote on that.
the Leviathan axe, the axe,
Oh.
the Leviathan axe, the Leviathan axe.
I gotta get me some Leviathan ass.
It's just one of the most satisfying things in video games history is recalling that.
That, and then recovering.
Forgetting it 3 realms ago. Like, oh crap! I've been hitting the guy with my fists, and then you recall it, and it takes a minute, and
Oh
it
my
comes from the
God.
same direction
Yep,
as it should
that you
come
left
from.
It. Yep. Oh my god.
Unbelievable,
It's incredible.
unfreaking believable. Speaking of unbelievable,
Can I get a PS5 version of that, please? Like, just give me that game again with upgraded for PS5.
I think we can allow that to be honest. All right, City 17 region final. Final Fantasy VII Remake against Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh, we know what one.
I am writing
Unfortunately.
Horizon in there.
Garbage.
You mean garbage. You never did the bow and arrow.
I played it for 4 hours and
It's
I
so-
couldn't shoot anything.
What's really funny about Horizon, we haven't really talked about it in this whole thing because it just kept moving on without really much conversation. But Horizon is really one of my, like you said, is your favorite game of this generation. It is one in my top ones as well.
I would say, like,
is it?
I haven't really sat down and thought about it, but every time the game gets brought up, I'm like, I love that game.
I'm giving it another world. I bought the complete edition.
Good, you
I'll
did.
be trying again.
Very good.
And there's a very easy difficulty now. So
Cool. Megaton final.
This is the region in the tournament that just
Number-
got all fucked up.
Number 5.
yeah, it totally did.
Number 5. The upset of the century against Last of Us 2. Ratchet and Clank takes out
Our first game of the year.
our first game of the year, by the way. Goes against Astrobots. I only play one of these, and it was Ratchet.
I played both of them.
This is tough, Heart.
Number
I'll make it easier
Astrobots
on you.
number
My
6.
vote's for Ratchet.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll save you some strain there since you've.
No, I think I was leaning a little more towards Ratchet, anyways. Honestly, but that's still a tough one. They're
is.
both pretty awesome.
I mean, they're both lighthearted, fun games.
Yeah.
And it's just, I spent more time with Ratchet. I think maybe there was more to doing it. It was, and plus that when I was playing that was, for me, it's mindset. Where was I when I was playing that? It was right after my shoulder surgery. I was sitting in the house doing nothing.
Yeah.
It's nice to have a lighthearted game to sit there and just play while you're your arms in a sling and you're whacked out on painkillers.
For sure.
All the colors while you're on painkillers.
Final 4. First game,
How do we choose?
the Cinderella story
Jesus.
of Wolfenstein 2. The 11 seed, taking on the juggernaut, number 1 seed of God of War. I have picked God of War. Art has picked Wolfenstein 2 because he has bad taste.
Why?
And he hasn't played.
You love that game.
And he hasn't played God of War.
You spoke highly of that game. What that
I just had
Oh my God! Why are we doing this?
steak.
Because Mike had some downtime at work and he said, "How can I fuck up Steaks Wednesday?
How can I make a 3-hour podcast?
How can I come up with this elaborate scheme to just torture this poor man?"
Yeah, because I knew Wolfenstein was going to make it all the way to the finals. I knew that for sure.
This is rough.
You got this.
Oh, I don't.
This is all you.
This hurts. Oh.
By the way, we're also going to have a third place game because you might have to do this again.
Third place game.
Oh, God damn it! Don't.
We are awarding a bronze medal here.
I can't do that bronze because I know what the bronze medal is going to be. It's going to be one of these versus fucking Ratchet then. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Oh my God. I've only had 3. I'm not drunk enough for this.
We should have been drinking there.
We
so.
should have. Yeah.
I thought about grabbing a 6-pack on my
We
way out.
should have.
And
Yes, we should have.
instead, I stopped and got dinner, and then I was like, "Oh shit, I'm gonna be late." And I got here in time.
Wolfenstein 2.
For the record, I was thinking about the 6-pack, forgetting we even had this in front of us.
Wolfenstein 2 against God of War.
Well,
The score's
I
1-1
think-
in the best of 3 series.
I think because I'm hurting so much here, and I want to make the final a lot more heartful for Mike. I have to go with God of War.
Oh,
You made the final easier for me.
I know.
I think the final might have been hurtful for both of us if we went Wolfenstein.
Yeah, for real.
That's true.
Fucked up, son.
Wolfenstein.
No, because you made it pretty clear about Horizon.
Yeah, but it isn't
I don't
against
think-
Wolfenstein.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
It's an ink. Horizon against Ratchet.
Ratchet. That was a no-brainer. I'm good here. I'm good here.
Horizon Zero Dawn.
So there is Horizon. An awful lot of PlayStation exclusives here. Third place game, Wolfenstein 2
In all
against
fairness,
Ratchet.
there's no Nintendo games on here. I mean,
That's true.
and Xbox doesn't really have high quality exclusives.
Ori.
Okay, they have high quality exclusive. That's not fair. None of us are into racing games, so
That's true.
I was going to say Forza. I mean, Forza. If people,
Yeah.
I'm like I said, Forza's great, but it's.
I think it didn't.
I'm not
I think
crazy about it.
I asked you guys like, do you guys care about Forza? And
I like it, but it's like-
it would have made the list like
It's-
via Open Critic by itself.
See the thing, but the thing is, like, I knew, like, if we put it on there, like, maybe I would, depending on what it was up against, I would have voted. You guys definitely probably would not have. So
I would
it
say
would've- there was no
at
point.
most I download it and fire it up and play for a little bit because of the awesome graphics and
I usually play for a while, like, and then I always hit a point where I'm like, okay, now I really have to put some time into this to like really upgrade my cars,
Yeah.
and that's kind of usually where I drift off.
yeah. I'm not a big fan of racing games. Like even in GTA, I don't like the racing missions.
Yeah,
All right, third place game, Wolfenstein 2 against Ratchet and Clank.
Wolfenstein. I made that easy for myself.
Yeah, I think I'm also Wolfenstein. If I sit here and say that Wolfenstein versus Horizon would have been a struggle for me for
I was gonna say yeah.
I can't sit here and Horizon was a no-brainer over Ratchet for me. I can't sit here and say that I'd go Ratchet over.
Well, the final comes down to you, Mike.
I know. Can we just like cut now and then I'll make a decision here.
Thanks for watching for the last almost 3 hours.
I hope it was riveting.
Check back in 2 weeks to find out Mike's answer.
If you subscribe to our Patreon gold level, I'll tell you who won.
Oh my god. Oh my god. There are douchebags out there that would totally
I'm sure.
do that.
I've been watching a lot of YouTube recently because I think I've exhausted all like scripted TV during work, and
Are you watching like
it's terrible.
scripted content? Or are you
No,
watching,
God, no. I'm watching like I'm trying to.
You're
find,
watching
you know,
like old wrestling compilations.
a little bit of that.
Yeah.
A lot of fantasy football stuff.
Oh, yeah, I
gonna
should
help.
probably start paying
It's not
attention.
going to help you.
No, what are we doing here? Oh yeah, I'm
Oh,
dying. All right, so here I'll try to talk this through because you know, God of War was my game of the year last two years ago. Horizon was number 2 to Super Mario Odyssey. I have since realized that was a mistake. Super Mario Odyssey won due to recency bias. I mean, God of War is it's like almost like going against two like new IPs because God of War is so different than the previous God of Wars, and Horizon is a marvel. A marvel, how great that game is, from the same studio who made Killzone, and their very first non-Killzone game is Horizon.
For the record, I really hope we get a new Killzone for PS5.
There's two studios.
I was
There's
gonna
two
say,
Guerrilla
yeah,
Studios, so
yeah.
I don't see why.
I
I
ho-
mean,
I
they're
hope
working
so.
on something. I mean, them putting out a first person. Are there any first person shooters in the Sony first party?
No.
Used to be Resistance, but
Thought they were
they kind of teased that a little
Oh,
bit
really?
recently.
That would be
They
amazing.
posted a picture and everyone was like,
I just recently bought Resistance 3. I found it like
There
for
was-
$1, and I never played
so
it.
good.
There was a rumor floating around a few weeks ago that Sony was looking at reviving a shooter franchise.
It's got to be Resistance.
It was
That would be. What else would it be?
Yeah, because they didn't have any this
Well,
gen.
I think they were saying like the name everyone was throwing out there was SOCOM.
Oh,
Ooh.
well, that'd be interesting. How about Haze?
I think. I think SOCOM is
Like, I think
would be.
No,
I think
SOCOM would be neat.
SOCOM would be neat, but I
neat.
also think there's way too many games that are already doing that better.
Well, yeah, I mean, you have to,
Yeah.
at this point, you have to find a way to put a unique spin on it.
Yeah, true.
Thanks for the distraction, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we give you a few seconds.
Yeah.
Everything.
I'm too busy talking about SOCOM.
No, Resistance 3 and Killzone 3 were my favorites of both of those series.
It just Resistance 2 just kind of bounced me off for whatever reason. I just never got into 3.
The only resistance I played was 1, and it was so hard at the beginning that I quit.
It really was. It was.
Yeah, but me and Vegas played that co-op.
Mm.
And it helped.
I can imagine.
I feel like I owe Horizon 1,
I think you do.
But you don't.
but I like God of War more.
There you go.
So it would be disingenuous of me to not pick God of War. Putting it down.
Once again, you're
Woo!
wrong.
I'm
Horizon
not
vote.
wrong on this one.
You are.
I was wrong on the Mario one. I was not wrong on this one.
I wasn't going to talk you out of your line of logic, but just because they changed the direction of a character does not make it a new IP.
No, bro, I know, but what I was saying is just like, it doesn't feel like any other God of War. So it feels like a whole new game. Horizon
Totally.
was a whole new game. So it was just like, it wasn't just like, oh, an established franchise. Like, honestly, if this was like,
Do you get
God of War 3, like to say, like,
Right.
I mean, it's not even close. Like Horizon,
Yeah.
Do you
eats
get to
its
fight
lunch.
robot dinosaurs in God of War?
no.
Okay. Defense
But
press.
God of War, on top of everything else it does, like, amazingly, like,
Art, are you ever actually going to play it?
I own it.
doesn't mean you're going to play it. I own a lot of
That
games. I
doesn't
don't
mean
play.
shit. Are you actually going to? Because there's something I want to say right now, but it'd be like a giant spoiler at the end.
Let's not. Let's
yeah,
not. It's only been out for a
Alright.
year and a half. But like Atreus and him, Atreus is the best companion character of all time.
Oh, for sure.
Better
He-
than people?
Way better than people.
I don't believe you.
Way better than people. I mean, and like it's a mix of him like kind of doing his own thing and you kind of controlling him on top of all the other systems involved with the Leviathan ass. I keep saying ass. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning here.
It's midnight.
Leviathan axe.
Close enough.
And I mean other weapons you get later on too. So like it would, like I said, I really do think God of War is a better game.
And it's one camera the entire time.
It's just like it's a technical marvel.
That's just incredible.
On top of everything else, and I know what you want to spoil at the end of it, and just like the story moments on top of it, and just being so touching, and watching Kratos go from where he was to where he is at the very end of it. That all being said, like Aloy's journey is amazing as well. I loved Horizon, but I think God of War is something, it's really special.
I feel bad for Corey because of all the crap he gets about when's the next God of War coming. But at the same time, God damn it, I need that next God of War.
Man,
God, I need
it's-
it.
I mean,
Oh,
2022?
I think 22.
How long is that game?
How long has it been out?
How long is it?
God of War. Depends on how you play it.
There's a website for this. Hang on.
Yeah.
I would
How long
probably put
to
it like
beat?
22 to 25, something like that.
I would. That sounds about right. Because you coming.
And I didn't
You
even do the Valkyries.
You could, yeah, I was gonna say I'm not even counting the Valkyries all because I think I did one of them honestly, like throughout like my first playthrough.
Yeah. Was really, I mean, another thing too, like when I was playing both of these games, it's like I didn't get the platinum trophy on Horizon, did not get it in God of War. But when I finished God of War Story, I was like, I am done.
Yeah.
I don't want anything else. I am
Nope.
just totally satisfied.
20 and a half hours. Apparently.
That sounds about right.
I definitely play way more than that though, because the way I play video games.
Yeah.
Excuse
No,
me.
that sounds about right though.
All right, the long, arduous journey is done. God of War is a what do you call it? Not unanimous. What is that? A split decision. God of War wins via split decision, 2-1. Horizon calls it second. Wolfenstein 2, out of left field, makes it to 3. What are you looking up? You look or like you're urgently looking at something.
Pure silence.
I know this is.
Just like in 2017, you're wrong about Horizon.
I am not wrong about Horizon. I was wrong then. I will
You were
admit
wrong
that I was
then?
wrong then.
You're right. Well, we'll talk again in 3 years.
Yeah,
tell me you're wrong.
I was wrong. Both these games I finished.
Well, we'll see next year when Horizon 2 comes out.
Dude, I am so pumped for Horizon 2. God, what a
What are we gonna do if Horizon 2 and Ratchet and Clank, the next Ratchet and Clank, both come out in 2021?
man, I don't know. But all I can say is like this generation's been really fucking awesome.
That's been great. There's been a ton of amazing games.
Honestly, some like my favorite games of all time are on this list. Like I said, Red Dead 2, God of War, Horizon, Control is in. I don't know if it's in favorite of all time list, but it's really close. I mean, I love Ori, I love Spider-Man, and it's just this page that I can see right now. Yeah, there's. I mean, Hellblade being so different. We talked a lot about Ratchet. I love Ratchet. And it's one you've even played.
Wolfenstein 2 being way better than it really has any right to be.
Oh, absolutely.
For real.
No, for sure. It does. It's just incredible.
I'm glad we got a chance to talk about Wolfenstein 2 again. This gave us a chance to do that.
Yeah.
How really great that game is.
Yeah.
And how cheap that game always is too, by the
Oh
way,
my
everyone.
God,
Like,
yeah.
Another game that got unexpectedly railroaded in our end of the year voting. I think the first year I said like Ratchet and Clank was a really good game. I don't know if I would vote for Game of the Year again because it's really similar to the first Ratchet and Clank. Here I was voting for it again.
I'll say when you really think about it, it's like, damn, no, that was fucking great.
Well, I mean, one of the rules we said going into this was like you couldn't vote against a game because you preferred a different game in the same franchise.
right. No, absolutely.
I'm voting against Guacamelee 2 because I like Guacamelee 1 better.
Mm-hmm.
And, like we said, you couldn't do that because of the way we picked the one from every franchise.
Right.
Like, I think we specifically did that for Call of Duty. Like I can't say I'm voting against Call of Duty because Modern Warfare is better.
Right.
well, that was a journey, boys.
Woo.
All right, bye. I'm going to bed.
It's been a long journey, so we are going to peace out of here. We will see you next time, Stickheads.